Hey everybody, welcome back to PlayShift.
Hello.
It's awesome to be here. Thank you so much for joining our little Lorecaster crew and doing another round of PlayShift where we play another random tabletop style game every week. Well, every other week. And then we also do Mapping Magic. It's every Thursday, right everybody? Give me a thumbs up if that's correct.
Right.
Correct.
It is every Thursday. Yeah, that's fair. Ken's has got a life, so when she wants to handle it, she's a champ. As far as
Christopher, you're muted. Allegedly.
As far as announcements go, we don't have a ton at the moment. I mean, it's awesome that you guys are here. We're here every other week to do another tabletop game and play around with our friends. The other thing is episode 13 of Lorecasters is expected to come out tomorrow. So please join us and check that out. Things have gotten a little bit chaotic on that side of things. So please join us and run through. I believe this is the episode where Prue and Chance are pit fighting. So if you're a big fan of seeing how that goes, please join us.
Test, Jorge. Sorry.
While Cordis, Felix, and Tatalian are hanging out in the stands. Anyway,
just early things. Just early things.
Hell yeah. So, to bring us into this evening, I am finally able to run something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. It is a tabletop RPG game created, I think, about 7-8 years ago, maybe a little longer than that, called Outbreak Undead. Now, Outbreak Undead is a zombie-style apocalypse survival game. The fun thing about it, and this is why I was immediately attracted to it, is you have the capability in this game to play as yourself. Not as some fantasy crazy character, but you're able to play as whoever you are in normal life and see how you could actually do in the zombie apocalypse. So I'm very, very excited about that. I know Chris, Danny, Jeremy, and Julia very well, and the idea of seeing how they do in a zombie apocalypse is fantastic to me. I'm so excited about it. So, real quick, before we start diving into all the chaos, I kind of want to run around and just see, guys, how do you think personally you would do in a zombie apocalypse? Let's start out with Danny. What do you think?
Oh God, me first. Okay. I think the hardest part for me would be food, obviously. But I can learn to grow beans. I can make tortillas. I can reach down deep into those roots that have been carried in the blood of my people. So yes. I can figure that out. I think besides that, I'd be okay. I think I'd be good. I can learn skills. I pick skills up fast. The skills I do have, although not obviously made for survival, I think I could. Yeah. Also,
all around, you think you'd do pretty okay?
Yeah. I would survive out of spite with Julia.
Oh, that's fair. That's 100% fair.
I refuse to lose to a bunch of undead losers.
Same right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And out of curiosity, and you get the downside of this, and everyone else gets a second to think about it. When you think about a zombie apocalypse, what's the first thing that comes to your head? And I mean, like movie-wise, show-wise, like what's the first thing? Like, we talking Walking Dead? We talking Shaun of the Dead? We talking 28 Days? Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Or 28 Days Later. Take your pick.
Ooh. Yes.
What else do I have over here immediately accessible?
Who has DVD?
Into the Woods original Broadway cast.
Of course, yeah. That's a different type of,
My
that's a very
favorite
different type
zombie
of-
movie.
Oh no, the giant's a woman.
Yeah.
Kind of a zombie. A cow does come back to life.
Oh, okay. But like
Yeah,
when you think zombie apocalypse, what's the first thing that jumps into your brain? Are you thinking Shaun of the Dead? Are you thinking 28 Days Later?
Shaun of the Dead.
Thinking Shaun of the Dead? Okay.
Yeah.
Love that. All right, let's jump over to our two combined kids, Jeremy or Julia. How do you think you guys would survive an apocalypse? Whoever wants to go first. Unless you find it out
I'll
right
go
now before we even start.
I think I would do great because I have a certain set of skills, and those skills are ADHD and hoarding.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I can truly do anything with everything I have with me because I keep everything.
How is hoarding helpful? I mean, if you're saving,
She knows how to deal with hordes. Zombie
Yes.
hordes, especially.
Ooh.
I'm just throwing this out.
Hordes.
I'm just throwing this out as like a random example. But say perhaps you held on to a Christmas tree for 8 months longer than you should have. How does that help?
Tinder for fire.
So I have firewood.
Yeah.
All right. I asked him, answered. Yeah, I walked right into that one.
You did, you motherfucker.
Keep us
Yeah.
warm.
And when I think about zombies, I think about the Max Brooks How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse.
Do I have that book readily available? World War Z. An oral
That's an
history of the zombie apocalypse. Yes.
Yeah.
The book is much better than the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but World War Z zombies are hands down the most terrifying ones, as far as I'm concerned, anyway.
But in the book, they're just like regular, like zombies.
All right. All right. So Max Brooks' version of How to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse.
Yes,
All right,
which
Jeremy.
I have read.
Okay, I
Listen.
believe you. You guys are sitting in a library. I believe you.
Yeah.
Listen, it
Like,
would
talking about
be-
this? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say it would be rough for me. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I have an autoimmune disease that makes it very hard for me to digest certain things and deal with that. So it would be rough. However, I believe that in the zombie apocalypse, I would make a great cult leader. I think I could whip up the remnants of the Battle Mage D&D crew
Yeah.
to give me
man.
a solid base for a cult to survive the zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
It is upsetting how true I find that.
Yeah. And
But when
it would take only a couple weeks too, which is really frustrating. Yeah.
But I need to rely on my persuasiveness, my demagogue talents, if you will. Because otherwise, it's rough.
So what I'm getting out of this is you're going to talk your way through the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the zombies will be like, "Oh God, he won't shut up," and then leave.
They'll say, this
Or
man
just
clearly has no
This
taste.
is going to be the tone of the evening, it seems.
Or just
Don't
look at
take
his
it
beautiful.
seriously with me.
Just look at,
No.
look at his beautiful hair. We're gonna follow him into oblivion. All right, so Jeremy, then when it comes to zombie apocalypse, what's the first thing that comes to your brain?
The first thing that comes to my brain, because it's stuck with me as being so different, is the zombies from Cell. I see.
Ooh, those were good.
Especially in the
phonies?
book. Now they have this like hive mind
Mm-hmm.
because of how they were turned by this like basically this like auditory virus.
Basically, everyone was on their phone.
Yes, and their hive mind also manifests psychic abilities, so they even create like storms around giant hordes of zombies. And that was just like especially terrifying. It's like, okay, we've got zombies, but we have zombies that are all connected. They know where each other are. So if one zombie fucking sees you, they all know where you are, and they can do giant psychic fucking crazy shit.
Okay, so a little bit of the feel from the anime or the TV series Last of Us, where all the zombies in the area kind of know where you're at, type of feel.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's absolutely fucking terrifying. Yeah, I hate that. I hate it so much.
Except it's like it's not fungus, it's your phones,
Mhm.
and then literally people can't use cell phones or anything anymore because it will turn you into a zombie.
Hey.
Allegories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Chris, bring us home. How do you think you would do?
I think that I would die. I think basically everyone would die. You need community, and if the thing that is attacking you is your community, then I don't see much hope for us. I don't think people can survive without being able to like work together.
Me and Julia can make it through.
We need the nihilism.
No,
Yeah,
me and
I
Danny
love
are
it.
fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely do my best, but yeah, as soon as like communities start collapsing, that's like, I think it's brutal. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely fair. All right, and what's your go-to for zombie apocalypse?
Definitely 28 days later.
Mhm.
Just the way they like can puke into your eye and like spread it that way. Incredible.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
it's the only one. Also, it's the only one that has Cillian Murphy. So,
Oh,
how about his art? Yeah.
not dead, but still.
In the third movie, I believe he is. Well, fantastic. So,
What about you, Taylor?
what? I didn't think I was a part of this. I'm not a part of this.
Could you survive a zombie apocalypse, and what do you think of with zombies?
Fuck no. No, I'd do so bad. I would do so bad. No, I would be okay as long as I can get out of the city. That's it. I've lived in a city for too many years. I grew up on farms and stuff. So if I could get out of the city before absolutely all hell broke loose, I would be fine. My own personal belief that I could get out of the city in that time frame, I'm really not feeling it. I feel like I would. Yeah, I feel like I would go down. I'd be sprinting down the street, and I'd see a 7-Eleven, realized I was out of cigarettes, and be like, all right, I'm gonna run in really quick,
And the bell goes off.
Loot some
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Oh no.
yeah, and then that'd be it.
Why
But
did no
I
one say
will.
Left 4 Dead.
The
Seminal
video game.
of
It's
our
a great
time.
game.
No one
Yeah.
said Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Pills here.
Was Night of the Living Dead in George A. Romero's universe, or was that?
Yeah,
it was, right?
first one.
Yeah, it was his first one. Okay.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
realizing how much I like zombies talking about this.
mhm.
Like,
You're welcome. We're here to explore ourselves, and everyone's
Warm
gonna.
bodies.
Ooh, Warm Bodies was really good. Yeah, but we are here.
Yeah,
to,
it was
we are-
shockingly good.
Yeah, we are here to explore ourselves in a very honest way, and you will see
Oh,
why
no.
very soon. But I will say before we move on, for me, Shaun of the Dead. It's always Shaun of the Dead. Forever Shaun of the Dead. It's my favorite zombie movie ever. I've seen 1,000. Always Shaun of the Dead. Okay, so
Great pick.
So let's go ahead and jump into this. So as I said before, for those of you that don't know, Outbreak Undead it's a very, very crunchy system. It has a ton of rules and stuff attached to it. But the people that created this system outright said, if you don't like any of these rules, get rid of them. Don't use them. Take what you want from this system and create something that works for your story, which is what I've done. I ran a brief run of this for Julia and Jeremy. I think it was like 5 years ago at this point.
Almost, yeah.
And
86?
yeah, I think we got through one session and we all loved it, but we never came back. We never came back to it. So the basic breakdown for this system is exactly what I've said. It is the idea of a zombie apocalypse breaking out into the real world. And the people before you in this video, in this stream, are responsible for trying to survive it, trying to figure out how to overcome the situations they get in, deal with whatever troublesome problems may arise.
And save the world.
No.
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 Absolutely
If-
not.
If you manage,
a community.
yeah.
No.
Even that's too far.
Save each other.
Save a small mobile home park. Let's go with that, and then we'll see what happens. And this whole thing is designed to reflect each of these people on this video or on the stream as who they are. It is not designed to be some fantastical thing of I'm amazing at sword play and I can shoot magic. That's not a thing here. So, I think we're about ready to dive in. Now, there's a lot of things that go into building out a character for this, but the main thing is what is referred to as SPEW. SPEW. It stands for Strength, Perception, Empathy, and Willpower. Now, these are your basic stats that will run through your character for pretty much everything you do. This is the foundation. The group that created this game, Hunters Games, came up with a really cool system online where you take a 40 question survey.
50 questions.
Is it 50? Okay.
It was 50, yeah.
You take a 50 question survey online, and I pressed on this group so hard to say, I need you to answer these honestly, to truly answer these how you feel about yourself. Because once you answer these questions, they pop out and create your attributes. They create who you are as this character. And that builds out your entire character sheet. So the things that, like I said, that go into it are strength, perception, empathy, and willpower. Now, all of us have gone through and done this. Now to keep, we're going to go through everyone's attributes in just a couple of seconds here to give you an idea how everyone came out from the quiz and so on and so forth. But to give you a general idea, if you have a score between 15 and 30, that's pretty much average. If you have something over 30 points, that's kind of impressive. It means, you put more effort into a certain aspect of your life, or a certain aspect, one of these aspects anyway. So I would like to go through the rundown. Now, when I created mine as Taylor, so I created my own just to get everything set up for these guys to figure out how things work. My strength that I created was 23. My perception was 26. My empathy was 28. And my willpower was 26. Now, to give you a really quick, easy breakdown, and they're very straightforward just by the names, but strength itself obviously deals with anything that has to do with lifting, attacking, agility, anything along those lines. Perception deals in any aspects of your character that would have to see what's going on, or see if somebody's hurt, see if somebody got bit maybe, or deal with, there's some potential items over there that we could loot that would be beneficial to what we're doing. The next one is empathy, which it is surprisingly important in a apocalypse setup like this. You have to deal with human beings at their worst. All hell has broken loose and the world is crumbling around them potentially. And this is how you deal with communicating your needs, figuring out what their problem is, trying to calm someone down when something terrible is going on. And this can make a huge effect on the game. It's really funny because I played a lot of tabletop RPGs in my time. And whenever you think about like Dungeons and Dragons, your brain wants to go, I need to be really strong and have a lot of constitution so I can't die. Honestly, something along the lines of empathy in this type of setup could be massively beneficial. And then the final one is willpower. Willpower deals in your capability to accept and deal with the world around you. It's not just it's not just what was before the apocalypse. It's how am I capable of dealing with things crumbling, people dying, terrible things happening all around you. So this is one of those games where I love a lot of TTRPGs that set up where, be strong, be magical, be whatever. This one actually speaks to a human connection on a really big level. So it's very exciting to see how this group will handle it. I know all of you very well, and you're all very empathetic, and I know a lot of you have a decent amount of willpower dealing with all of the BS that we deal with in our regular lives. It's going to be really interesting to see how you connect that into a apocalyptic framework and how you deal with the world around you. So, we're gonna go through this bit by bit. The beginning of this stream is going to be a little crunchy. We're going to deal with a little bit of rules and a little bit of character sheet setup. But from there, hopefully it won't take too long before we get into the actual game and jump in and actually begin our story. But I kind of want to go around and just
really quick. I think it would be really cool if we also, maybe not right this minute, but as we get into the rules part, if we shared that test you can take for Spew with our audience, so they could check that out as we're kind of going through the rules. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now.
Yeah, if we could drop that link in the chat. Yeah, it's really interesting, and I implore any of you that do it to really be honest with yourself, because it's a really, I mean, yes, it's a personality test. Sure, we've all done personality tests. It's a fun setup to really kind of figure out what your basic attributes might be in an apocalyptic situation.
And share your answers in the chat. I want to know what everyone's for.
Yes, share your answers with us.
Please do. I'm so excited to see what those might be. So I don't want to get into the basic skills here, guys, but let's just run around the table here and just talk about what our actual basic attributes were. And if you want, tell us how you feel about it. Like, you feel like that was confident, like that makes sense, or is that a little bit weird? Like, I don't understand why my strength is that. Let's go ahead and start with, we're just going to turn it around, Chris.
Okay. So, gonna be honest, I had to take it twice. Because the first one, I was feeling maybe a little good about myself. And I was like, ooh, these numbers are maybe a little too high. And they still might be too high. You can let me know. But yeah, starting with strength. If this was 10 years ago, baby, I would have been a freaking 40 on this. But right now, I'm at 20.
All right.
Yeah. I think I can lift heavy things, but yeah, the endurance is not so great anymore. My diet is garbage. And, yeah.
Yeah, that is a big part of the strength aspect. The health comes into it, which a lot of people don't really think about, because you said it, endurance. That's a really good way to say it. That comes into a big part of your strength. Like, are you able to, what was it, Zombieland? That was like cardio. Yeah, like that's a very big part of it, yeah.
Next up, perception. So this is my current job. That's literally all I do is look at very precise things. So on that one I got a 30.
Nice.
Okay.
Empathy. I feel bad about this one, which proves how empathetic I am. 33? I got on that one.
All right.
Why do you feel bad about that?
Is that allowed?
Yes.
I feel horrible.
I thought you were going to have something really low, and I was like, retake it because that's a lie.
No, I feel bad.
You are very empathetic.
Because you said, like, the range is, like, 15 to 30, and then I was like, the first time I took it, it was 36, and I tried to, like, severely, like, lower things, and still got a 33 on that one.
I feel like that's fair, though. I feel like, I mean, especially working with community and playing these tabletop games and just dealing with so many people, a lot of us have above average empathy, being, like, dungeon masters for so long and dealing with so many people, and we become, like, a resource for those people.
Yeah, excellently put. Yeah, I was gonna throw that pretty much the exact same thing on there. Like, that is something we do on a regular basis. We we are surrounded by people and tell stories together all the time. So being empathetic makes complete sense.
And then willpower, I got 26.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. And I mean, how do you feel about those across the board? Does it feel relatively reasonable outside of your, kind of a little bit iffy about your empathy? But I mean, does it feel right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
I think at least like that ratio feels right.
All right,
to
fantastic. All right, let's jump down to Jeremy. What do you got?
Okay, for strength, I ended up with a 26.
All right.
I think, I do have health concerns, but my diet overall is fairly good, and I do a lot of physical labor every day for my job. So I surprised a little bit that it's that high because of the health concerns, and I was very honest about that, but ended up with a 26. Perception, 25.
I was gonna say really quick for the strength for you that I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you, while being you are a vegan, so that's restrictive in a diet, but you are very conscious of your diet. And yeah, absolutely, you have had labor intensive jobs, so 100%. Sorry, go on with the perception.
Oh yeah, perception's 25. I would thought I was gonna score higher on that, to be honest, but I was really honest with it, and then I saw some questions and I was like, fuck, yeah, you know what? It's not gonna be that high. But I feel like it gave me a fair score. Empathy, I'm right up there with Chris at a 32.
Mm-hmm.
And then willpower, I'm at a 34.
Ooh.
34. Okay. Out of curiosity, why do you think your willpower was so high?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with answering a lot of those questions as someone who's comfortable with and puts myself in leadership positions a lot. Mm-hmm. And I'm able to make those final decisions or make decisions quickly. And I think that influenced the number a lot. And I also think that I've kind of dealt with a lot of situations, both like socially and personally, that I've had to be the one who's like, okay, this is how we're going to get through that situation, where other people might not want to be in that position or end up in that position. And I kind of always tend to put myself in those positions. So
absolutely, I can definitely see that. I mean, you've been in managerial roles in a lot of your jobs, and not to mention you run the D&D game at Battle Mage. So yeah, I completely get it. How about Julia? What do you got?
All right. So my strength is a 24, which I think makes sense because I lift kegs all day, and I am extremely flexible. Flexible question was all me.
Like all the way.
All the way.
Fold in half.
I can.
Fit in a suitcase.
I could fit a Disneyland locker.
That's impressive.
Was that from experience?
Yes.
We should have
How could
tested
it
that
not
last
be?
time we were at Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's too specific.
Too
It
specific.
has to be from experience.
And then my perception is 27, which I would agree with because my whole job is watching over a bar full of people all day to make sure they're not doing something stupid. And when people are drinking, they're always doing something stupid.
Yeah, we're sorry about that, by the way.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
A little bit.
And then my empathy is a 33, which I also think part of my job is empathy. I have a lot of people who take the therapist bartender role very, very seriously.
Yeah, traditional
Totally.
barkeep. You gotta walk us through the problems.
Oh, absolutely. Every time. God bless him. And then Harlow. Oh yeah. Damn Harlow. And then my willpower is 33. And it's because I'm obnoxious.
Yes. Okay. I can see where you got that from. Yeah.
Very determined.
I want to argue your willpower, but I'm afraid to, so I feel like it's accurate.
Yeah. My life's motto is how hard could it be? I often find out how hard it can be. But, closed eyes, full sports can't lose.
All right. And Danny, what do you have?
My strength is 23.
Mhm.
I was expecting lower because I know I'm not the strongest person on this planet, clearly, but I'm also moving furniture all day.
Mhm.
You do seem to take care of yourself, though.
I do like 20,000 steps a day at work alone.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
I'm moving furniture. I'm doing a lot of movement.
Really?
The one I expected to be higher was perception. I got a 28. For some reason, I'm like, my job is visual. Like I'm focusing on the details, but like I think I have glasses. Like without my glasses, perception gone. I can't see anything without my glasses.
So that nerfs you a little bit.
Yeah. So really, my survival really depends on how long I can keep these.
And I will say, like that perception does feed a lot into all the senses. Obviously,
Yes.
not just sight. But
I'm a pretty good taster. Can taste a lot. I've also been told I have great taste. So, you know.
I think we've all told you that. Every single person in here has told you that at least
That's
once.
true. That's true.
Yeah, you'll decorate our bunker.
Which is important to maintaining good morale.
Yes.
Absolutely. Which I believe feeds right into
empathy, which is 38.
There it is. Yeah. I will say, of all of you, I expected Danny's empathy to be through the roof.
Yeah.
Just who Danny is as a person. I expected it to be.
I was raised by my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And my willpower, I got a 29.
29. Okay. All right. I like that. It's interesting. So like willpower, just to throw a couple like stats in here.
Please.
Like the biggest one is like the first one that jumps out to me for willpower is composure. Like being able to deal with a insane situation. And a lot of your guys' willpower is pretty far up there.
Yeah.
I mean, does that feel pretty correct with all of you?
Very good at being calm in a situation where no one else is. And then once the situation is dealt with and I can take a moment, that's when I do all the feeling.
Same.
But like, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Do you know what I mean? And girl, I'm tough.
Yeah.
I remember like Julia was fainting after slicing through into her finger while making dinner, and I was like right there with her dad, like catching her while she was fainting. We set the whole thing up. When she woke up and we realized she was okay, I was like, okay, and I walked in the other room and collapsed on the couch, and I was like, oh. But like until I knew she was okay, I was just like on it.
Yeah, you were perfect as long as the situation called for it, and when you were done, you were done.
Then I was done.
All right. I mean, it sounds like everyone's setups are. I mean, they feel pretty comfortable with them. And I know it's a little unusual for those of you guys watching for me to kind of press on this a little bit, but this is one of the things that I'm constantly going to be pressuring these players about throughout this entire game. I want truth. I want the real situation. I want to see how you would really react. Yeah. Now, we'll get into it later in the game, but one thing that I will say before we dive any deeper is I will call you on something that I feel is completely out of character for you. I want you all to be aware of that. If I feel you're doing something that's completely out of character, I am going to call you on that. If it happens more than once, I may not call you out loud on the thing, and I may just make the game fight back against you. So do be aware of that. I continuously am trying to push truth and honesty about how you, as who you are, would handle these situations. So, moving further in, and I'm not sure, do we have? Can we drop the character sheet into the chat so people can take a look at it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just the unfilled basic character sheet, in case anybody wants to follow along. Again, this is the Outbreak Undead character sheet. If you want to just pull it up and take a look at it, we're not going to dive into a lot of this. So the one of the big things outside of if you don't like a rule, don't do it. This game has 3 different levels to it. It's what they call arcade, which is, yeah, we're going to grab some rules, but we're going to tell the story we want to tell, and we're going to use some of the things to make the game we want to have. There is Weekend Warrior. Weekend Warrior is a bit more in-depth. There's a bit more crazy things that can happen, a bit more checks and dice rolling and stuff like that. And then there's Survivalist. Survivalist is every piece of this 200 and something page book of all of the things that go in percentages and different dice and different outcomes, all of this crazy stuff. Now, what I told everybody before we started this is what we're going to do this evening for this session 0/1 is we're going to do what I call Arcade Light. All right. So we are going to be pulling from the arcade style rules from the book. I mainly am trying really hard to use these foundational rules from this book, but also tell an entertaining, fun, engaging story. So I don't want everyone here and the people playing or the people listening to get stuck on us. All right, we need 20 minutes to roll a bunch of percentage dice, and we're going to do this thing. We're going to do it's like, oh, I'm sorry, how many bullets do you have left? I don't want to get really that in depth on those things.
This is a stream, not a bog. We're not getting bogged down.
Amen, baby.
We're flowing.
Oh my god.
So
I'm going to kill you first.
So for those of you who have looked at the character sheet, there is a thing called basic skills. I'm going to run through them really quick. All right. Basic skills, which is just the standard skills that everybody has access to, period, no matter what. Balance, brawl, climb, composure, dodge, endurance, expression, grapple, hold, jump or leap, lift or pull, resist pain, search, spot or listen, and stealth. So these are the basic rules that I'm going to be working with these guys with. There's a plethora of more skills and things that we could do, but I really don't want to get bogged down in all of these different things. I really want us to take the basics and we run a story. So those are the ones we're going to be running off of. I do find it really interesting that resist pain is one of the basic skills. That's shocking.
Makes sense to me.
So any of you who are looking at the character sheet along with us, the trained skills and the expert skills, I'm going to ignore for right now. We may get deeper into them as this game goes on, but that really depends on how we all feel. The one thing I want to jump up to on the character sheet is a thing called vitality, which I think everyone here understands. Vitality. How much can you survive? How much damage can you take? So, there is a damage threshold that exists. For those of you looking at the character sheet, that is the standard threshold. For my character sheet that I built, the standard threshold is 4. It's a combination of the strength and willpower bonus. All right. And I think for most of you, it'll be similar, 4 or 5. Now, you do see a section there plus bonus. Throughout this game, there is potential for you to get bulletproof vests, different types of armor, stuff like that, that will up that damage threshold. But starting out the gate, your damage threshold is whatever your strength plus willpower is. Okay? Like I said, for mine, it's 4. Now, the other thing in Vitality is health points. This is a very, very important thing in Outbreak Undead. It's very similar to kind of Monster of the Week. all of you only have 5 health points. You only have 5. So if something goes wrong and you get pushed to a certain level, you can die very, very easily in this game. So that is something to keep in mind. You can get one effect to your vitality pretty quickly. If you get a cut on your arm, you can get 5 pretty quickly if you're in a car crash. So these are things to keep in mind. Now, there is another part here called viral. Now, this is something I may use later in the game. This is not going to happen tonight, but this is how whatever this virus is, what this virus is for our campaign, how it affects the people in the game. So this would be one of those things of like, if you got bit, how long until you become a zombie? Now, obviously, I'm not going to give you guys any information on viral right now. This is something we can talk about as the game goes on, as you figure out what this apocalypse is, what things are like, how things are working. But it is something to keep in mind as you play. If you try to figure out whatever is happening, how it affects the people around you, you may find better ways to deal with it. So keeping an eye on how viral affects the world around you might be a good idea. Psyche at the moment is something we're not going to get into. This deals with how you handle intense, crazy situations. You just, you've had a friend for 15 years and you guys were trying to escape a situation and you just watched them perish in a horrific car crash that you were able to get away from. This is what Psyche is. This is how this affects your mind. I do not expect us to get into this in this first session, but I promise you this is something I will bring into later sessions. This will definitely be something that I will be using. But there are certain things, for those of you looking at the character sheet, called coping mechanisms that are positives and negatives. There are, I'm going to throw this one out there and nobody say anything. Alcoholism. It is technically a coping mechanism. You see a terrible situation, your immediate response is to drink. Now, you're not affected as much by this psychological damage, but it could have other effects on you. So that's something to keep in mind.
That sounds scary.
It is, and I love it for that very reason. Now, the final thing that you see on the main character sheet is training value bonus. Now, there's a lot of things that go into here. Couple examples are archery, long gun, martial arts, slashing. All right. There are other things on here as well, as far as athletic gear, climbing gear, first aid kits, tools, and vehicles. Now, these are all bonuses that we're going to go through here in a couple seconds, or a couple minutes here, to see what you guys are able to add to those. And these will give you bonuses to certain things in certain situations. Say you have experience in long guns, aka rifles or whatever, could be very handy in a zombie apocalypse. That's all I'm saying. That's the basic rundown. There is this secondary sheet here which breaks down equipment and all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to get into that tonight. We will have a couple of things here and there that we may add to it, but we are not going to do the full-on breakdown for all of that stuff this evening. This is the opening night for Outbreak Undead, and I want us to get a feel for it and jump into it. We can get into the little bit more specifics down the road. But tonight, we are just going to concentrate on the main sheet, all right? So, the thing I want to jump into next, which all of you guys, all of these players, know I wanted to talk about, is called skills. So there are certain things that exist within this foundational setup, foundational rules, that could give you potential bonuses in this game. Now, this speaks to things that you are capable of in the world. The best example I have is if your profession is a paramedic, you're gonna have additional skills in first aid kit and medical equipment. There's no way around that. To give you guys an idea for my skills, now I did not go deep into the skills in the book, but just to give myself the bonuses, for myself, I gave myself a +1 in archery, a +1 in long gun, and a +1 in pistol. These are all things that I have been around for a very long time, so I'm very comfortable with them. But I only gave myself a +1 because I am in no way a professional with them. I am just comfortable with them. The other thing I did was I gave myself a +1 in tools because I know how to use basic tools, hammer, skill saw, stuff like that. And I gave myself a +1 in vehicles because I know how to change the oil, change the brakes, figure out what's going on with the battery. Very basic stuff for car maintenance. Okay? So at this point, I am going to go from person to person, and we're going to figure out, as far as skills and training value, what things are justified for you to add, because these will be important down the road. But again, I want you to be very honest, and it's something I told everyone before this stream. A +1 I won't argue with. Anything beyond that, we're going to have a conversation. You need to tell me why you deserve a larger bonus because of who you are. Hands up, who would like to go first?
Julia came in ready to fight.
She has to...
Should we save her for last then? Or do you
Okay,
want to
we
go
should save her
first?
for last then.
That's fair.
This
Ready to
again.
fight.
All right, let's...
Before we
let's
started, she's like, I know.
I know I am.
I have a certain set of skills.
Yeah, I believe she messaged, what was it, about 6 hours ago, saying I'm ready to argue. So, let's start out with Jeremy. Go ahead and go first. It's the first time I've called on you for the first time, so let's do it.
Okay. Training value bonus. I only gave myself 2.
Okay.
I got a +1 in bludgeoning because I have been trained in quarterstaff.
Okay.
And I'm also
How? Where?
very-
Who? Why?
Yeah. Go on.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
What does that mean?
So I took one course with my friend Michael, who was a black belt, and then Michael taught me the rest in person, and we went through stances, forms, and basic attacks on the quarterstaff. We did that for several months. So I'm very comfortable with one, but I'm by no means an expert. I would say Michael would be an expert, but I just gave myself a +1. I'm comfortable handling bludgeoning weapons and a quarterstaff.
Out of curiosity, as far as that goes, like on a level from 1 to 10 with that training of somebody who is a black belt, what level would you put yourself at?
I'd probably put myself at a 3.
Okay.
Like I have memory of it. I could use it confidently, but if I was going up against someone else who was trained to use it, I don't have confidence that I would win.
Okay, understood. All right.
But I
cool.
have a better understanding of it than the average person.
All right, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I couldn't justify giving you a 2, but it feels like 1 is proper for that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then what was the other one?
I also gave myself a +1 in martial arts because I've done some taekwondo. I also was a member of a boxing gym, and I was for a short time a member of a kickboxing gym. So I haven't dedicated a ton of my recent life to it, but in my 20s and late teens, I did a lot of martial arts, mostly Western martial arts, like boxing and kickboxing. I've definitely retained a lot of that knowledge. I'm comfortable fighting, but again, by no means an expert.
Okay. Yeah. +1 feels very right there. Okay. And then those were the only 2 you gave yourself, right?
For the training bonus, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even give myself anything for tools or anything like that. Like, I could use some basic tools like a hammer and a wrench and stuff, but if I opened a full toolbox, I'd have really no idea what I'm looking at.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, fantastic. Now, so beyond that, did you look at the abilities thing that I sent out?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so does any of that speak to you? or do you have something along those lines that you would like to state as something that we could add to your character sheet?
Yes. So, the first one that I did was, well, I guess I'll just go in alphabetical order. But I did acumen. I feel like I make sure that I am knowledgeable about a lot of things in the world around me, and I'm comfortable doing research and retaining knowledge and stuff like that. Then I gave myself animal handling dog, because I have worked with dogs and dog trainers for the last decade. And I'm very comfortable around dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Sorry.
I gave myself artistic for writing specifically. I feel like since I'm a published author, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You have multiple books and stories published at the moment, so that's completely fair. Artistic. Sorry, I'm just making notes here of what you guys did. Sorry, I've got a full page here for each of you, depending on what happens. So.
Oh, fantastic! I also gave myself charisma.
Okay.
I think I'm fairly charismatic. I can convince people of things. I'm comfortable doing that, and I'm also comfortable kind of commanding a room and getting people to listen to me. And I think that was applicable there.
Now I feel very sympathetic to that because I've seen what you can do. I just want to get the room's feeling on that. Does everyone feel comfortable with him getting a +2 charisma?
Sure.
Does that feel right for Jeremy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Daddy.
I suppose.
Which is going to go great when you lead that end of the world cult. So I'm very excited for that.
Right. Exactly. I gave myself early bird because I am very comfortable waking up much earlier than Julia at the very least, but oftentimes find myself waking up several hours before I have to go to work, and I'm comfortable kind of setting up her morning stuff and making myself breakfast, getting things ready, going in for a full day of work, and then it usually doesn't really cause me to go to bed any earlier, so I am comfortable getting a little bit less sleep, more like 5 to 6 hours. I can operate pretty well.
Okay, absolutely. Which could be very handy in an apocalypse.
Yes.
I think the only person I can call on to confirm this is Julia. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I gave myself honor because I hold myself strictly to my own moral code, and I do not compromise that for pretty much anything. I mean, I quit a paying job because we had moral discrepancies, so I think that's pretty solid for me.
Okay. All right. Okay. Weird for me to call you out on honor. So, yeah. Next.
Gave myself iron will. I feel like, well, Taylor, you'll understand that. I feel like easy example for you to understand is the end of campaign 3, Battle Mage.
All right. So Iron Will +5. Got it. +1.
Which leads me directly into the next thing I gave myself, which is leadership. So I'm ready to kind of hold the line with Iron Will, and I am staunch in my beliefs, and I am very comfortable and confident when leading people as far as those kind of situations go, and I lead most of my job spaces, and I also lead a lot of my social spaces as far as like the D&D community and the Magic community and things like that.
Okay. All right. I like that.
And the last one I gave myself was salesmanship, as my last boss said I could sell fire to the devil.
Interesting. Okay.
But
You don't have to. Julia already likes fire.
Right. But I think I'm very good
am the
at
devil.
selling, and especially when I get when I know an object or a type of item, even a little bit, I can really sell those points. So I feel like I'd be good at selling someone on the usefulness of something or a trade that might be slightly more in my favor than their favor. I could sell them on agreeing to something like that.
Okay. All right. And that was your last one?
That is my last one. That's all I gave myself.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, only the 9. All right, so.
Wait
here's
till we
the-
get to Julia.
So here's the thing I have to say on all of these. Now, I will out the gate allow bonuses on these things because I think we all agree on these, and this is going to be something for all of you, not just Jeremy. This is something I'm going to keep track of during this. If at any point I see you going against these, I may make you roll for it. And if it does not go well for you, I may take these bonuses away.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
it is an aspect of how the apocalypse is treating you.
Okay.
Okay? So that's something to keep in mind. All right. Next, I think we decided to do Julia last. So
Yeah.
I think next one on my list is Danny. What do you got?
I have a few, maybe just as much as my friend Jeremy.
Okay. Yeah, we can run through them pretty quick. I think the best way to look at this is like if there's anything that any of us are like, wait, what? We may call you on, but you can go ahead and run through them pretty fast.
I went with acumen.
Okay.
The first thing I do when I walk into a room, where are the exits? How many people of color are there? How many women are there? How many queer people are there? Like, I'm running through a checklist in my mind of like, where am I safe at? Where am I safest at? Like, I know what's happening around me. Slightly out of alphabetical order because I screenshotted some more. Charisma, hello.
Yeah.
Concealment. I'm very good at hide and seek. I was in tech theater, and I'm very good at not being seen. There were a few times where my mom has thought I've gone missing. In fact, I was just hiding. I like to hide and jump out to scare people. You guys know I love to play stealthy people because I myself am going to find a small spot to hide in, and no one's going to find me unless I want to be found.
Okay.
I can move quietly. I did it all of theater. I did tech theater for like 5 years, 6 years.
Okay. All right. I've never seen you conceal yourself really in public, but
That's.
I will say,
Or have you?
I walked right into that one. Okay. I'm going to put air quotes around it just because I'm going to keep a little bit of a closer eye on that to see if that's a thing that you do. But go on.
Cosmopolitan. This character is immersed in the styling and mannerisms of many cultures. I'm a child of the internet. I am always sending things to people. What do you think about this? Let's learn what your style is. Let's figure out who you are based on what this is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
All right, next.
Honor. I'm honest. I'm trustworthy. These are things people have told me.
Okay.
I'll cite
I
myself.
agree. I
These
agree.
are things people have told.
I went with Pack Rat. Look at my home.
Yeah, you can see it.
I carry things in my bag. My car. You guys know what I have in there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a Chris-shaped dent in the stuff
Yep.
in the back seat.
All right. After Pack Rat.
I also went with stealthy. It goes with concealment.
All right. 1. I agree that goes with concealment. I'm going to put air quotes around that as well.
Sure. But
I understand what you're saying. It's just normally when Danny's in the room, people are paying attention. So
because that's what I want.
Mhm.
Salesmanship. I'm pretty good at sales when I have to.
Mhm.
I don't like to do it because sometimes it feels kind of yucky in a like professional setting. But like helping new player games, people who've never played D&D, selling them on like a class and the subclass and figuring out like what they like. It's less selling them things, but selling people like, well, this is who you are. This is what you like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've decorated people's homes.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
Basic first aid training. When I graduated high school, I graduated as a first responder. I never went into it because medical stuff freaks me out. It's too much responsibility.
Alrighty. I like that. Okay, cool.
And then finally, artistic. But not in the drawing, musical, photography, writing sense. Look at my home.
Okay.
I know how to set up a space. I know how to curate an ambiance.
I made that up a little bit with Cosmopolitan, but I think we can let it go for this. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yep.
All right. I have to do a mortal sin really quick, guys. I apologize. I've been chugging a lot of Red Bull to get prepared for this.
Oh no!
Are
we taking a break?
I just need to run to the little girl's room really quick, and I'll be back within a minute.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna talk shit.
That's completely fair. Okay. Well, you know what? I can't defend myself. Enjoy. Chris,
I'll defend you.
2 minutes and wash your hands.
Yeah, and Chris, you're going to be up next. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
This is fun, guys. We're just talking about ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't love talking about their selves?
Ooh, if he doesn't come back in 15 minutes, I think we can leave.
Oh my god, you can. You actually can.
Dude, let's check the chat. All right. Harlow do be in her cups. That's true. Harlow's always drinking.
Always. Constantly.
Thank you, Jay Poyo. Oh my god. Massive shout out to Jay Poyo. Holy crapola. Thank you. Our premier. You said that we have premium ambient music balance. You are the premium Patreon member. Thank you so much for supporting us. If anyone else wants to check out our Patreon, you gotta just look at us. We're on there.
Look at us.
Oh.
Yeah, just go to lorecasters.com and there's a link to it.
I forgot to do my training values.
Or actually, I'm pretty sure the link tree is linked on our Twitch, so you can click that too if you want.
Yay, Poyo. That's funny.
Yay, Poyo. That's what I'm always saying. Yay, Poyo. Just in my life.
You're like, yes, chicken, yes.
Let's see. Ooh, yeah.
There's
so I got some spooky music going. No, just a little behind the scenes in the chat. No one can ever hear the music except for me, because I'm the one that.
Oh yeah, I have no idea what's playing.
Like in the Pistols and Ponies game.
Pistols and Ponies episode.
Amazing! All the music drops.
The Pistols and Ponies was so good.
All right, hey guys, y'all hear me out there?
Yes, I forgot to do one, Taylor.
Oh, dear.
My training value bonus, those things. I just gave myself the one for tools.
Okay. I did forget to ask about that.
And like, are half points a thing?
No.
Okay.
What about first aid? First aid kit?
Oh, for first aid? No.
Okay.
No, I'm saying that Danny should have a full point, but that's just me.
I gave him a full point for first aid.
All right, fine.
I'm not giving out half points. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, my half point was mostly for archery.
Okay. Yeah. Then.
Oh, girl. Christopher. We used
Yeah,
to go
we-
over to our friend's
we
house
do
and just shoot
archery all the
bows all the time.
Shuni's in the chat.
Shooties
Taught
in the
me how to
chat.
shoot a bow.
Tell us. Her and I have the same like tension bow or whatever.
Oh crap!
Compound?
All right.
We're also the same size.
I mean, I feel like that's a +1 then. You know how to use one.
I know how to use one.
Go ahead and give yourself a +1 to archery then. That seems,
Okay.
that's
We used to call it friend fair. We'd go hang out and like just shoot in their backyard.
Okay. Let's move over to Chris.
Okay, so I did kind of the flip of you guys. I took very few abilities, but I took
Believe in
like,
yourself.
I took a decent
Ew.
amount of like training value bonuses, so like
Okay.
skills with items. So yeah, like Danny said, archery. I took a +1. I'm not like amazing at it, but I have a couple bows and put a lot of time into it.
All right. Yeah.
+1 to pistol.
Okay.
I would say +1 to throwing, because we used to go axe throwing all the time. And I have a picture.
You also
of,
have throwing axes.
Yeah, I do have throwing axes, and I have a picture of 3 axes in a row hitting a bullseye.
Okay.
So the weird thing about throwing is it technically falls under the category of yes, throwing knives, throwing axes, stuff like that. But it also falls into the category of like how good are you with grenades? So
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna put a +1 for throwing with an emphasis on blades. Okay.
Sounds good to me. Let's see. First aid kits. +1 of that.
you did- Okay. Out of curiosity, why?
So my major at UCSD was chemistry, and I was pre-med. Took a few classes on just like general
Okay. All right. Yeah. Absolutely. Cool.
medicine shit.
No, love that. That's perfect.
Definitely, obviously didn't continue with it because I was so sick of school. But yeah.
Very fair. Okay.
And then, okay, this is going to be I'm going to argue. +2 in vehicles. Not because I'm good at working on them, but for 2 words. Forklift certification. I worked at a warehouse for like a decade, and I could drive giant flatbed trucks and little forklifts and massive forklifts and a wide range of vehicles.
A bike,
as if
a
I was
shift.
like sewing with them.
Okay. So here's the thing. I think up until 2027, I can certify you on forklifts.
Oh.
Me next.
Let's go.
The only thing that I will say is I'll give you a +1 on this because I feel what you're going for. I am going to give it a quotation specialty vehicle handling caveat. Okay. So this doesn't speak to like traditional vehicles, trucks, cars, whatever, stuff like that. But you do have capability in more nuanced vehicles that exist out there. All right. So
Niche, more niche.
Sure.
yeah.
If I see weird controls, I know what to do with them.
That's a big deal.
I'll take it.
We might need that. Construction equipment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I will let you have that. So as far as I'm concerned, the things are going to get a little bit kind of weird and hinky as we go through, especially when I'm giving you guys air quotes on things. I'll give you a basic +1 on vehicles, no problem. But when we start getting into a +2 for rolls and stuff down the road, that's where the specialty handling of forklifts and electric pallet jacks and flatbed trucks and stuff like that is going to come into play. Okay.
Oh my god, on my last day at the warehouse, all the rules that I was like... Because I was one of the bosses, So on my last day, I broke all the rules I was enforcing the whole time. It was amazing.
Allegedly.
Oh my god, I was pod racing all over the place. It was amazing.
Allegedly.
I mean, yeah, no, that's just a joke.
Now this is pod racing.
Okay, so for vehicles, was there any other training values you wanted to talk about, or do you have any abilities?
Yeah, so I only picked 3 abilities.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, I went the opposite. You guys picked a lot of abilities. I only picked 3. But I picked a lot of the training value things, so.
The one thing I will say is, like, when we talk about abilities, I kind of spoke to this earlier. I may take those bonuses away from you as we go. Training value bonuses, those I don't see a good reason for those to go away. Those aren't going to disappear. That's just something you know. But if the other ability bonuses, if it's stuff that's not being used over time, it may be something that goes away.
Sure.
But what do you got?
So Acumen, took that.
Acumen, okay, seems to be a popular one. Go on.
The next one I took is Billy Goat.
Ooh, cool.
I can eat
Rough.
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The only thing I
I can't.
refuse to eat is tomatoes. I could eat them. It's just they're
You just don't
Wrong.
want to.
yeah.
So you have an iron stomach except for tomatoes.
It's my one kryptonite. Yeah.
We sit next to each other every Friendsgiving. I can verify.
All right, very cool.
And then yeah,
Anything else?
basic first aid training.
First aid training. Okay.
What was the first one you said, Chris?
Acumen.
Oh, yeah.
First aid. Not, and this may not. Danny, did you put in training values first aid kits?
I did, yes.
Okay, cool. I want you and Chris also, considering the training you've had, to put a +1 to medical gear, please.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Okay. All right. Was that everything?
That's it.
Okay, let's get to our golden child. Julia, what do you got for me?
So. Okay,
You can't claim the whole book.
You
Yes,
can't.
thank
No.
Watch me.
Trying.
So for
I'm gonna cap you at skills of 10, because everyone else has 9. So the
I'll
most
take
skills you can have is 10. Anyway, go on.
rude, fine.
You can do one better than us.
Yeah, bludgeoning.
Okay, break that down for me.
I was in color guard for 4 years, and we were state champions. And flags are just essentially bow staffs. How I picture it. What? Rifles.
Okay.
If I can throw a rifle in the air 6 times and catch it with a bop, I can also hit you in the head with it.
Yeah, but color guard didn't really teach you how to beat people to death with it.
Oh, Julia's just natural at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the innate part.
Special abilities.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you a bludgeoning of +1. I'm a little iffy about it, but I feel like I'm gonna.
I'll
I feel like
bludgeon you
I feel like this is not the hill I'm gonna need to die on. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Watch her spin the rifle and then be like iffy on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So for first aid, I did a +1 because I am CPR certified. I have done trauma, like a training essentially. So it's how to survive mass shootings training, tourniquets, and triage.
All right.
stuff.
Yeah. Agreed.
Thank you. Give myself a +1.
Buzzwords.
Buzzwords. I gave myself for swimming and diving a +2 because I am a certified PADI diver and I was on a swim team for 15 years. And I was in junior lifeguards for 5 years. And I'll race you right now.
I'll race you right.
No, I'm not gonna argue any of that. That sounds good.
What's patty diving?
It's the acronym.
Yeah, you swim down for a hamburger patty.
Yeah, that's it. Glad you got it.
I know things.
The diving certification, it's, it would be a
There.
lot more impressive if I knew the actual acronym, but it's
It
been a
would
while.
be, so I'm going to change that to a +1. No, I'm kidding. All right,
So for tools, I gave myself a +2 because I have built a car from the ground up.
okay.
Wow.
So I expected this argument to be with vehicles, not
No,
necessarily.
I'm also giving myself a 2
tools.
there. Don't worry.
Okay. Give me an argument for specialty tools for it. Give me 5 specialty tools for building the car out.
Sawzall.
Okay.
Workbench.
Okay.
Multimeter.
I don't know what that is.
Multimeter?
Okay. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Go on.
Multimeter. Wrench.
Nope.
What kind?
No. Crescent. I guess I could take a 1. No, I can also do draft line maintenance.
Raft line maintenance.
Draft. That's sorry, my job. I can make that a 1.
I'm trying to figure out why. I feel like the tools itself would be a +1 because
I'll make it
I feel like there's not like there are definitely some specialty tools that go into
Yeah.
rebuilding a car. I'm not going to take that away from you, but I feel like it does not extend into the wider world beyond car building.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I'll take a 1.
Okay.
So I gave myself survival kit because I have been backpacking a lot, but I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that now.
Okay. I mean, break it down for us. Like, why would you get a +1?
I have specialty lightweight backpacking gear. I have UV filtration for water, camp stoves. I know how to set up camp stoves using propane and all that fun stuff. But I'm also like, if you've been camping, you know how to do that. So I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that one.
No, I'll let you have a +1 for that.
All right, cool.
No. No, it's beyond that. Traditional camping is tent, camping stove, and make sure and don't forget the powdered pancake mix.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the lightweight stuff and the water filtration is like a step farther than most people.
Oh yeah,
And you climbed a mountain.
I did. The tallest one in the continental U.S.
I mean, I climbed a mountain and all I had was a stick and a ham and cheese sandwich, but whatever. Anyway, go on.
Oh, I'm not.
Frodo.
Never mind.
Redneck.
Was it a
is what it is.
Taylor?
It's redneck.
And then vehicles, I gave myself a 2. Cause
Okay, cool.
Build
I
cars.
thought I was gonna have to argue down from a 3, so I'll give you a 2, no problem.
Wait, what? I've been to racing school.
You attached a windshield wiper to my car in a way that no
That
one
wasn't
else could do in a way that wasn't supposed to be done.
That's so funny.
I
It
mean,
worked, and I didn't break anything.
And she didn't break anything. It worked.
that's fair. I was gonna say I could have done that windshield wiper if I was just mean to it.
Right.
There's a tenderness to her aggression.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
We get 10.
Whoa, you.
We need to do a special category on draft maintenance and give her a
Yes,
+2.
draft maintenance.
Yeah.
it was
Thank
gonna be.
you.
It was gonna be.
Because beer is gonna be essential.
It was going to be a conversation at the end that I brought up. It was going to be a category I made called brewing, but it's fine. We'll get there.
Yeah.
You need to.
Ooh.
All right, so. All right. Skills. I have to have.
Plus,
it's only-
+2 to vehicles. You did solid.
All right, +2 to vehicles. Thank you. So this probably isn't important, but I took animal handling for rats.
That's going to
Because
be
I used to train rats for
incredibly
the living
important.
desert.
She did used to train rats.
I trained rats to do mazes and to be in the shows. I would sneeze and they would bring me a tissue.
That's a 2. That's a 2 if I ever heard one.
That's a 2.
No, that is a 1, and that is the most specific +1 I'm giving to anybody on this game.
It's just for rats. I'm just saying.
The
if there's a
narrow
rat check, I got it.
The narrow
+1
field.
rat.
Yeah, I'm putting animal
Just
handling, rat training. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I earned that
All right.
one.
So you get 2 bonus categories. It's rat training and draft maintenance.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
I'm giving her a +1 to animal handling, but it only applies to rats.
It only applies to rats.
That's fine. Yeah, that's all I want. Thank you.
Taylor, you're costing us 1,000 bits.
Yeah,
Damn
que
it.
sera, sera. It is what it is. I got to be honest here. All right, what else you got?
Sure.
Whoa, whoa,
Okay.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
I love the
whoa.
integrity.
Yeah. All right. So autodidact or diving gear, because I am a certified PADI diver.
Is that a ability?
It's under
Yes.
autodidact, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the book open.
Autodidact, a specialized kit for swimming and diving.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I also did
Patty diving?
I've
What is
heard.
that? You like a lily pad?
PADI is
We don't know.
PADI is the certification for divers. It's
What kind of diving?
Sorry. PADI is the board that certifies you for scuba diving. I am certified in scuba diving.
Oh.
That's
The
an
board
important distinction for us to know.
Okay.
Sorry.
I
board
thought it
you-
was like
the board-
you could turn into a frog and
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
under a lily pad.
The board you can jump on, right? Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Poyo, can we get the 1,000 bits for integrity?
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, my integrity is saying we absolutely should not.
That's honorable. You should take honor, Chris.
Now, I will say, like, in this, dive certified kind of speaks to like scuba diving.
Yeah.
Which is the only. Like, I mean, do you have experience in that at all?
In scuba diving, yeah. You
Yeah.
have to experience it to be certified in it.
Thank you, Jay Poyo.
He gave us 999 bits. We lost
not the
one.
1,000. He gave us 999 bits.
Incredible.
Okay.
A bit ain't one.
That's so funny.
Thank you, Poyo.
Thank you, Jay Poyo.
Thanks, Shapoya. We love you. Okay. All right. Dive certified. Got it. It's in here.
Sweet.
What else you got for me?
All right, moving on. Bookworm,
Yes.
the fastest reader out there.
Hard to
Okay,
argue.
except for Abrina. Abrina's got me, but
Mm.
I read 50 books last year. I'm a fast reader. Books. I'm in a library right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. All right.
Okay. That's 3, right?
Yes.
Rumpf.
I'm terrified by you putting a number on it, but go on.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, culinary arts.
Okay.
Does-
Besides a love of food, do you have like any training or anything? Or?
Yes,
She
I went-
made tortillas after never having made them before, and as a professional Mexican, I enjoyed them.
Mm.
And also, I have gone to cooking school in the south of France that was run by.
Julia!
Taylor's like,
Sorry, it was in Nice. I don't know if you've heard. No, so our family friend ran a professional cooking school out of Julia Child's old house.
There it
I'm
is.
after,
Okay.
I'm
Good
named
name
after Julia
dropping.
Child.
I've cooked for my niece. I don't.
So you haven't
no,
actually
cut up
been
hot
to a
dogs and
cooking.
Kraft mac and cheese doesn't count, Chris.
So you have not actually been to a cooking school in the south of France. You're just simply named after one.
No, I
Shut
have. I
up.
went to the cooking school that was run. Yes, I've been to the a cooking school.
In the south of France.
Nice.
Okay, I can't figure out where the joke is and where the actual
There
shit
isn't a
is.
joke.
But all right.
No,
It's not
Yes,
a
you
joke.
get the joke.
I did that.
Nice is in France.
It's a.
It's not a person.
It's a city in France. You fucking dipshits. Oh my god. That was cosmopolitan.
Jared,
I knew that.
I was nowhere near that, but that was fucking funny as shit.
I have seen Julie and Julia. Okay.
I've seen Julie and Juliet.
Oh man, that was great. Okay, did you have anything else, Julia, or was that it?
That's 4.
Yeah, she's got like 30.
Oh
Girl, no,
my
I don't.
god! How many more do you have?
No, I'm
Well, she's narrowing it down to
choosing.
10.
Okay.
Locksmith.
Wait, how long was the list?
It's the whole book.
Important. Not the whole book.
She skipped a couple.
Locksmith. I have a lockpicking kit. I
You do
use
have a
it.
lockpicking kit.
I successfully lockpicked Kenz's lockbox at the market day in December.
Wow.
She lockpicked
You
the cash
did.
box. Yeah.
Dang.
Alright,
Somebody link
okay.
to our Jiggle It a Little Open video.
Jiggle it a little open.
All right.
And also,
we did
I
just-
ran
I
a
was gonna
I
say
ran a
we
service
just,
in college where I undercut the dorms for lockpicking services.
Wow.
you undercut them.
Salesmanship.
That's cool.
Yeah, so there's like, and if,
That's
if you get
hardcore.
locked out of your room, like you can pay the dorms to like let you back in, and she was charging less to lock pick the door to get them back in.
You're a beautiful monster. Okay, we just hit 8 o'clock, so let's see if we can speed through
Come on,
Pack rat.
Julia. Yes.
the rest of these.
Pack rat, yeah.
All right.
Pack rat?
Swimmer.
Swimmer. Okay.
Swimmer. So fast. Give me jury rig because my car is not. Well, no, it's very well built, but not.
It's breaking the
according
laws
to
of physics.
some people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the regular laws, allegedly.
You jury rigged that windshield wiper to my car.
I jury rigged that windshield wiper.
Jury rigged a few things at Battle Mage
Um.
in a pin.
It's jury rig? I always said
Yeah.
Jerry.
It's jerry rig. It's not jury rig.
It's spelled jury.
That's what it says in the thing.
It says
It's
jury.
jury.
Yeah.
I'm
Cosmopolitan.
the one taking your time.
Like the folks who.
Cosmopolitan.
As in the rural juror.
As in 12 your peers.
I was born with Jerry. Okay. Jerry rig is a little bit weird, but we'll see.
Me.
It's a MacGyver.
Although I feel like that's the nature of jerry rigging, though, isn't it? So, I mean,
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
it's just weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's iffy. Therapist. I have no formal training. I'm just a bartender. I can take it or leave it.
I'm not gonna give you
That's
that
fine.
one.
I understand. I've been to therapy, but that doesn't count. How many is that? Do I get more?
No, not really. Hold on.
You have a lot.
Well, let me.
What the-
Sorry, I'm not just gonna hold this. We're not sponsored by this. I just want to double check. You have 2. You have 2 more.
2 more? Thank you.
They're both good. They're both commonly used, and they're both good.
Okay, good to know.
All right.
So it is jerry rig as well as Jerry. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
If
Okay,
you want to
cool.
be snooty about it, you would say jury rigged, but they're both fine.
All right. Give me concealment because I have hidden a Disneyland locker and I can also hide in a dryer.
I'll give you stealth. I won't give you concealment.
Fine. I'll get stealth.
Okay.
One more?
Yes, one more. Yes. Sorry, concealment I consider more capability to hide things, not so much yourself.
Oh, fair enough.
Mhm.
All right. I'll take stealth. Tough.
What was it?
Tough.
Just tough?
I'm tough isn't like just I'm really tough.
I got you.
No, I'm in
Cookie.
I'm in constant agony.
He's a tough cookie.
I have a surprising resistance to pain. That's what it says.
That is true.
really do.
Let me see. Yeah, character has a surprising resistance to pain. I don't think anybody can argue that against Julia. All right.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not with the chronic migraines.
Thank you.
Not with all hell breaking loose. Okay. All right.
Julia.
Thank you.
We have made some interesting revelations about ourselves throughout this, and I appreciate you all for that very much. So,
Jeremy and I have a lot of overlapping skills. Turns out.
Yeah.
So, the main thing I want to make sure is: does everyone comfortable with where their training value bonuses are?
Yeah.
Did you put the pluses in where I told you to put them?
See.
Wait, hold on. Julia, I was going to tell you to put a +1 in medical gear as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, because of your actual training. 1 to medical gear.
I'm the only one who has no idea how to help someone if they're actually hurt.
No, but you can talk to them.
Yep. I can calm them down while someone else helps them.
Okay. So as long as we're all comfortable in those training value bonuses, I think we're pretty much where we need to really start here. Now, there are the next thing we're going to jump into is kind of just the very, very quick. This is going to be a quick overlap of the basic fundamentals of how this game works. Now, things are going to happen in this game, and situations that our players get into are going to be asked to roll a percentile die. Okay? They have all been requested to make sure and have one of those on hand. Now,
Thanks, Ken's, for the dice.
yeah. Now, those percentile die speak to the number they have on their skills sheet. If that percentile die goes above, let's give an example just to kind of try to make things a little bit easier here. Let's go with grapple, right? So when you're trying to grapple someone, say there's somebody you're trying to keep back from attacking an ally of yours. For me, my grapple skill is set at 26. So you're going to roll a percentile die. Now, that percentile die speaks to degrees of success and degrees of failure. Now, when you roll that D100, if you get anything 26 or below, it is going to be successes. Things that make you either outright just make the thing happen that you want, or potentially better things happen. Now, there are bonuses you can add to change your number depending on what you're doing. Say you're trying to grapple them, but you have rope and you want to use rope. I may add a bonus to that in order to up your number. If you're trying to grapple someone, but you're hanging off of a ledge and you're trying to hold onto their legs or something, I am going to lower that number or add what are called difficulty die, but that's more down the road. We won't get into that. The point is if you're trying to grapple someone and say you have, what I have is a 26. If I roll a D100 and I get a 26, between a 26 and a 16, it is a 1 degree of success. Basically meaning that it worked and something else kind of positive happened. Now, this is where this game speaks to the difficulty of being a normal human being. 26 is a very small percentage of a D100.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if it goes beyond that 10% above, say you roll, I have a 26 and say I roll a 30. It just fails. Nothing really bad happens. It doesn't work out. But say I roll instead a 40, which is 10% over and above the number that you have. There's a degree of failure. Sorry, there's a degree of failure. You try to grab onto them, but perhaps your hand slips, and now you're only maybe hanging by one hand from the ledge.
Oh, okay.
So this is where this goes into it. Now, I will say the degrees of failure. I'm only setting them up to go up to 3 degrees of failure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go beyond that out the gate. As we get further into this game, and if we play it more here on Play Shift, we may expand that out further. But I will only be going 3 degrees of failure or 3 degrees of success. So if you have a 26 and you roll a 96, you're only getting 3 degrees of failure. I'm not going to absolutely
Not
destroy you
7.
for that.
Thank you.
It's not going to be you fall and also the world blows up somehow. Like we're not going to do that.
Right.
But that's kind of the basics of how these things roll. So there are a bunch of other things that go into this. There are things called speed dice, which are kind of like your initiative when it comes to actions in combat. There are things called damage dice, which deal with when you attack someone. There are things, like I said, called difficulty dice, which are things that I add on to make things harder for you. A lot of these things I am not going to be adding in to our game, at least out the gate. Because like I said at the top of this, I want this to be more of a storytelling, engaging experience.
Okay.
Now, if we all get very comfortable with this game and enjoy it a lot and continue to play it, we may add more of the in-depth, crazy things that go along with it.
Yeah.
And we can get real crunchy with it if we really want to. But for right now, that is not the game plan. So, sorry, I'm going through my own brain's checklist of all the things I wanted to talk about before we dive into this.
Patty dive?
Sorry.
Oh, I just said patty dive. It wasn't actually that funny. We don't have to spend time on it.
Let's dig into this patty dive comment.
No, Julia's not allowed to say it again. She's not allowed to say it again until she knows what it means. Okay, the other thing that I want to add into this before we start kind of diving in, there are 2 things in here that I made you guys add in. They're called survival points, and they're called competence points, okay? Mm-hmm. The survival points, these are a number of points that are given to you when you're trying to search for something, or trying to find something, or trying to kind of get an item to be helpful. So say you go into a tool shed because you're looking for something to pry open a door. I will make you use survival points in order to get a crowbar or to get large hammer.
I see. Okay.
Like
so you spend them to get what you need, basically.
Yeah. So I will make you spend these points, and I will deliberate as to what I think is a reasonable amount of points. If you walk into, I don't know if it's still a store, but Ace Hardware, and say, I need to find a crowbar, I may make you spend 2 survival points to find a crowbar. Because it's an Ace Hardware. You're going to find a crowbar. It's in there. It's there.
Right.
If you're trying to look around an abandoned house for a crowbar, I may say you need to spend 10 survival points. And there might be a crowbar available to you. Okay? So that's what survival points are for. They are a pool of points that you can use to get items and things for your journey. Now, you can get more survival points as you go. At the top of every session, I will replenish your survival points. So if you burn through all 30 in this game, at the top of the next session, I'll probably give you another 30, within reason, unless you're all at the bottom of a canyon or something. Why would I give you that? But within reason, I will replenish your survival points. The other thing that you have available to you is competence points. So competence points are things that you can use to up your skill value. So, let me rephrase. To replace your skill value, not up. My apologies. I'm thinking of Gestalt, which is something we're not using yet. Competence points. You can burn a certain amount of these competence points to replace a certain check. Okay? So, say you want to climb across a beam over a warehouse, and I need you to make a balance save to try to get across this beam safely. If you want to instead burn competence points, I will say, okay, for something like this, I would request that you give me at least 5 competence points. And it will mean that it's something that you burn, and you are able to make it happen without any real effect or negative situation. Now, so that's for environmental things. Now, if you try to use competence points in battle, if you're fighting a zombie, things are a little bit different. You can burn competence points to give yourself an advantage in that fight, but you're still going to have to roll for it. There's no amount of competence points you can burn that will just make it happen. It's just not how it works.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Now there are
Exciting.
competence points are very similar to kind of for those of you who play D&D, are similar to inspiration. If you do things that I see are very similar to like who you are as a person, who your like how your person would react in situations, I can award you competence as we go on. So you have the ability to refill that pool as you go. But this is one of those situations where I can award you for being, as far as what I see, very truthful to your character,
Right.
compared to lying and BSing and hoping for the best. But yeah, so those are the main two other things: survival points and competence points. Now, like I said, there's a lot of other things that go into this, and we will touch upon them as we go. The other thing that dives into this is like showing everybody this a little bit before the stream. Now, when you get gear and items and stuff like that, I have actual cards. I don't know if you can actually see this in the thing. It's a little bit funky.
Yeah.
But I have
Do the makeup YouTuber thing and like put the item like
Yeah, put your hand,
behind it.
yeah, you got to do that. Does that work?
That
Okay.
really worked.
Cosmopolitan.
That worked
Oh
really
yeah,
well.
that worked really well.
Yeah.
Okay, nailed it. But the point is I have actual physical cards that break down what these specific items can do. Okay.
Oh, sweet.
So this is not me making it up whole cloth of what I think that item should be. Might happen from time to time. I don't know. If you decide to bring a wood chipper with you, I don't have a wood chipper card, but I do have a machete. I do have a knife. I do have a baseball bat. So you may see me from time to time when you burn those survival points. Me coming over here. That's what's happening. Okay. Beyond that, I mean, do you guys have any questions? I mean, I know there's a lot that we haven't touched on. What?
I won't have questions until we start playing. So
And Julia wants a wood chipper.
No.
Okay.
Lily dive.
Goodness.
shut up.
Okay.
I think,
Here's-
yeah, we might have questions as we get started, but I don't have any questions before we play.
All right, fantastic.
Mm.
So here's what I think we're going to do. I am going to open the scene. I am going to say what's happening, what's going on, where everybody is at. And once I kind of finish that exposition, I think it would be right about time for us to go on a break. Okay? So I think let's go ahead and do this exposition, set the scene, get the feel for the environment that you're in, and then we will go from there. Okay?
Hey,
All
okay.
right. So, I'm going to take one more little sip here because I don't know if I've said this yet. I'm very excited. I've wanted to run this game for a really long time. This is a really fun thing for Taylor.
Ooh, yummy apple juice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
proper 12 apple juice.
PADI
Okay.
stands for Professional Association of Diving Instructors.
Thank you so much. That
Well,
was killing me.
PADI. Got it. Okay. All right. So, Chris, Julia, Jeremy, Danny. This is really fun to say. I'm not saying weird character names. I'm not saying crazy environments. I'm saying you.
Us.
Chris,
Us.
Jeremy, Julia, and Danny. You guys find yourselves at a local establishment that the four of you know very, very well. It goes by the name Battle Mage Brewing Company. It is a wonderful local small brewery that caters to the nerds of the world. If you're a fan of Magic the Gathering or D&D or World of Warcraft or just about anything that the nerd label gets attached to, you will find a friend at Battle Mage Brewery. It is a Tuesday night. The weekly D&D game ended about 40 minutes ago. So for all of you who are in the know, that means it's about 10:40 at night.
Get out.
The games have come to an end. The mass of people have slowly made their way out bit by bit. The group of hang-arounds have been slightly pressed to please leave the establishment. You are all still here as the closer friends of the, not closer, but accepted to be able to stick around a little bit longer without dirty looks.
This has happened multiple times.
Yes, this exact group has happened.
Yes.
You have been, you have stuck around kind of talking over the night's events, along with Julia, who is the, what is the best way to describe your position, Julia?
Tasting room manager.
Tasting room manager. Julia runs the tasting room at Battle Mage Brewing. She makes sure everyone is well hydrated and also is not a huge problem. So as the night is slowly winding down, the chairs for the establishment have been put up on the tables themselves. The outside door has finally, the sign outside saying welcome to Battle Mage has been brought in, and the door has been locked. And there's a couple of you still hanging out in the brewery. And those people are Danny, Julia, Jeremy, Chris, Taylor, and in the back, having a late evening cleaning up and finalizing a small project, a wonderful gentleman by the name of Ryan.
I am.
Hi, Ryan. We love you. And as we
hope
all,
nothing bad happens to Ryan.
Oh my god, why did you say that?
I know.
it's a little cool. Now, as far as the day goes, events of the day have been going as normal. Everything happening as expected. Chris, Jeremy, Taylor were all getting ready for the games they were running for that evening. Danny showed up about 45 minutes early for the games to help out anybody who needed a little bit of aid and just kind of hang out and shoot the shit with anybody. Julia's been at work since I think 3 o'clock is when you start. It's just been a normal day for everybody. And as the place clears out and just the 5 of us, along with Ryan in the back working away, remain, the door is locked. The drinks are ever so slightly flowing. For those of us here that do drink, I need Taylor, Chris, and Jeremy to roll a willpower check for me.
This is mean.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mean
We're also
first
probably
roll.
talking about ghosts and telling ghost stories. So, like, we're already in the mood.
Julia, I would like you to roll a willpower check as well. But I'm going to give you, and this is one of those things I am adding in as the game master for this, I want you to have advantage. So I want you to roll twice and take the number you prefer. Because as the tasting room manager, while you do have some drinks throughout the shift, you're also working. Danny, you do not have to roll as you do not drink. Okay, let's start out with Chris. What did you get?
I got a 48. That is 2 degrees of failure.
Oh no.
So what is your willpower number?
26.
26. Okay, so the thing to remember about degrees is degrees of success. The first 10 are an immediate degree of success. For failure, the first 10 are just a failure.
Right,
And then after that is a degree of failure. So for you, it would be 1 degree of failure. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's an addition, because with the first 10 you will automatically fail this whatever's going on, but there is a additional consequence that comes on top of that. So that first
basically subtract 10.
Yeah. So that first percentage of 10 is just you fail. but
Cool.
then after that, there's a degree of failure that's added to it. So for you, it would be 1 degree of failure. Jeremy.
I rolled a 32.
32. Okay. And what is your willpower?
34.
Hey.
So you
Wow.
succeed, which is not what I was expecting to happen.
Me neither.
Seriously.
Haven't had many hooded shots this time.
Okay. And Julia, what did you get?
At 25.
Got 25.
Wow.
So also a degree of success.
Chat advantage.
I did have advantage.
Okay. So as
What'd Taylor get?
sorry, I forgot to roll Taylor dice. Sorry, I have my dice roller open. Let's see what Taylor got. Taylor got a 55.
Oh, yeah.
Taylor is a couple sheets to the wind here. My willpower is 26. So that is that is 2 degrees of failure for Taylor. Okay. So as you guys are all talking, and we've kind of
We're
flushed
taking hooded shots.
we've flushed out, everyone else, but all of us are sitting and talking. Chris, me and you have been putting them back a little bit as we're talking. One taster here, and Taylor, while running the games, wasn't really paying attention to people handing me drinks, and I've put back a couple more, and I'm feeling pretty out of it.
Happens to the best of us.
And you see me kind of like hanging on the bar a little bit, but you see me drooping just a hair. Like I'm still able to like be in the conversation, but you can tell like as the conversation goes on, my head just gets a little bit lower and lower. And Chris, as you're going, like you seem you have a lot of your wherewithal still there, but you can tell you're getting a little distracted a little bit as time goes on. As the conversation goes, and you get excited about one thing and kind of jump into another conversation. But as we all talk and shoot the shit and kind of go over the evening's events a little bit, yelling about one player doing one thing and who did what here and there. Taylor, really quickly say, guys, this is a ton of fun. Listen, I get it. I understand that he maybe should have died, but he didn't die, and we're gonna talk about that. But I'm gonna run outside real quick, and I'm gonna have a smoke. I need a cigarette. Now that everyone's left, I just need to have a smoke real quick. I'll be right back.
Bye.
And Taylor goes and walks outside.
I'm gonna
I'm
walk
smoking.
behind you and just jokingly lock the door.
Oh,
I yell
Danny.
as you're going out. Are you gonna finish this hooded shot? I wouldn't want to go to waste.
no, you can have it. No, give it to Jeremy. He seems he's standing too straight.
Oh, I was
And-
gonna follow you and bum part of your smoke.
Oh, okay. All right,
Ah.
fine. Chris, you can have it.
I unlock the door.
It's already drunk. It's already gone.
I follow Taylor outside.
All right.
And then I lock the door again.
Jeremy follows me outside. Chris and
Sorry,
Julia are inside. Julia, now you would have kind of a better insight on this situation. Now Ryan here late in the evening at Battle Mage working on a couple of things. What would his kind of like, if he was still there at this time in the evening, like what would he be doing? I mean, would it just be working on like a recipe, dealing with a batch that's, kind of messed up, or what would he be doing?
I could have gotten a late start on the brew day, so he might be doing the knockout. Or
Okay.
he's graining out maybe if he got a later start, so he's, using this giant metal shovel thing to get grain out of the mash tun.
Okay. And that's when he's usually up on the ladder doing the mix and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as the three of you inside are talking about the evening, Jeremy, you and
Yes.
I are outside having a smoke, and I'm having a cigarette, and you're bumming. I think it's usually about 2 puffs, and then you just stare at me for the rest of the time.
Well, we talk.
It's not a staring contest.
No, we
Just
use our
silent
words.
staring.
We use our words, yeah. But as we're standing outside, there is this popping sound that seems to be coming from just east of us. For those of you that are familiar with Battle Mage Brewing Company, there's a very specific thing that is right next to it.
Uh-huh.
In Battle Mage Brewing Company in Vista, California, directly next to it is a DEA facility with very large barricades out front. Now, we've all kind of hypothesized and we all have beliefs about what happens inside of this facility, but nonetheless, it is a DEA facility. While we're having the smoke and talking a little bit about
Drug enforcement agency to people who don't know.
Fair. Fair. Drug enforcement agency. While we're outside having this smoke and talking about things, we hear this popping sound. And we hear this
What
quick,
the fuck?
we hear this like pop, 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 and then there's kind of a silence, and then another 5 pops, and then a silence, and then a couple more pops, and then it goes completely silent. And sitting there, myself, Taylor, looks at you and says, all right, here's what's really strange. We've been around this facility for a really long time. That sounded like gunshots.
Yeah. Maybe someone broke in and tried to steal all the meth.
Yeah, I mean, it is the place to go. I mean, if you're just ready for some meth, that's the place to go for sure. As we sit and kind of focus on the DEA, give me this would be a perception roll.
Wow.
7.
What?
A total of 7.
Wow.
Okay, divine intervention.
Jeez. All right.
Damn.
Yeah. Julian could double check me.
At a moment where I kind of turn to roll out the cherry of the cigarette butt and drop it onto the ground so I could stomp it out, as I'm turned away, you're kind of still staring at the DEA. And through one of the windows, we hear another popping sound. And for the first time, you're seeing flashes. Very quick flashes coming from inside the facility. And after a couple of seconds, the pops end once again. Flashes stop. And as I kind of turn around and look at you, you begin to see what appears to be one of the windows looks to be a little bit alight. And by that I mean it doesn't look like a lamp has been turned on or a ceiling light or anything like that. There's this flickering light, and I mean, with a 7, with that many degrees of success, I will say the first thing that jumps to your head is it looks like one of these rooms may be on fire.
Okay, dude, jokes aside, I think those actually were fucking gunshots, and there might be a fire in there.
I will say, looking around now, for those of you that don't know, when you look from Battle Mage's front area, you can see a decent amount of the parking lot, and usually you can see how many people are there. You only see 2 vehicles in the front parking lot, and both of them seem to be black SUVs. The only thing that jumps out to you is the fact that they are parked right next to each other, right out front. Very unusual for this location. All right, man. I mean, if there's an actual gunfight going on, we need to get back inside. We can't be out here.
No, agree.
Go
inside, tell people, and probably get the fuck out of here.
Well, I mean, we should call the cops, right?
Yes, definitely call the cops.
Okay. All right.
I will call the cops. You are
Okay,
drunker than me. I will call the cops.
Go inside. We pour one more taster, and then we call the cops. Got it. All right.
No, I will call the cops now as we go back inside, but I do want a taster.
Okay. Something really unfortunate happens as you go back inside. The door is locked.
Hey! Open up!
Who is it?
Who is
You know who it is! What do you mean? You know who
Trick or
it's going
treat.
out here. Okay, guys, there were gunshots. Like, this is fucking for real.
I'm gonna unlock the door, and I'm like, "Are you sure it wasn't fireworks?"
Yes, we're sure.
Yeah, it was guns.
Okay, and we're gonna let them in, I guess. What's the password?
Move, please, love you.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
Are you serious?
That's a good one. No, yeah,
Gunshots?
seriously, there were gunshots inside the DEA building, and it might be on fire. So someone needs to call the cops, and we need to get the fuck out of here.
They are the cops.
Or get in, lock the door.
Lock the door.
yeah.
Lock the door.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
I mean,
That
not
seems
just
fair. Now we can
leave?
lock the door.
Turn off the lights.
Well, I mean,
But also call the cops.
Yeah.
They are the cops.
there's
Like, look,
gunshots.
normally
going
I
on.
do not condone calling the cops on people.
You
But,
really don't.
Gunfire is currently happening in a government building. We should probably
So you're
call
gonna
the
bring
police.
more guns?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm already on. I pull out my phone, and I'm dialing 911.
what? We can just.
Are you sure they were
Leave.
gunshots before I hit send?
Yes, I saw flashes in one of the window. We heard repeated pops, and I saw what I can only describe as muzzle flashes in the fucking window. And it looks like part of the building might be on fire.
Holy shit! I hit send.
From the office, with the lights off and everything. I want to look through to see if I can see anything through the dark tinted windows.
Okay. We're gonna do Chris's thing real quick. Chris, as you hit send and put the phone up to your ear, you hear. We're sorry. All lines are currently busy. Please try your call again later.
Can 911 be all busy? I say
no.
to everyone.
And with that is where we are going to take our break.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Yay.
guys. I mean, I hope the beginning of this wasn't too much, but we're gonna dive in now and kind of get into the story. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be on the stream, at least an hour and a half or so. But hope you guys stick around. It's gonna get weird from here. So
Sweet.
Call it
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
8:50. We come back.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Stunning. See you guys soon.
See you in a little
Yeah.
bit.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. So for those of you who joined, for those of you who joined a little bit late or just jumping in, we were playing Outbreak Undead. Just want a little break. We just ran through the rules for like an hour and a half. So now you get to jump into the fun stuff if you're just joining us. Quick recap, we're at Battle Mage. Some crazy stuff has happened. Chris just tried to call the police, and it did not work out how he
Try to call
expected.
911.
Fair.
Emergency
Chris-
service.
Chris tried to call the emergency services and got the good old-fashioned, all lines are currently busy. Please try again later. And with that is where we're going to jump back in. Now, Chris, you have just heard that. Danny, you said you were in the office area, peeking through the blinds, kind of looking out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to ask you just for a simple perception for me.
$39.
39 is... What's your perception number?
28.
Okay, so that is technically 1 degree of failure.
Yes. The windows are still foggy.
Yeah, so after
It's still got
After-
that human sweat.
after a
Shut
long
up.
evening of people playing in the office,
Uh-huh.
unfortunately, the windows are still quite tropical.
I don't even touch it. I just go and I see it, and I was like, "Ugh." And I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother looking.
It's
Never
a
mind.
passionate group.
Mhm.
Get
I will say
sweaty.
at this point, also trying to peek through the windows, the automated lights that are in the parking lot have also kind of shut down.
Oh.
So the parking lot itself is a little bit darker.
That is very weird.
Chris.
I'm gonna walk back out. The parking lot lights are out.
Yeah, I already said they can be busy. 911 could be busy. And I'm gonna say, everyone, turn off the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should turn off the lights.
So just to specify, sorry, the parking lot lights, they're not fully off. They
Oh.
click on higher when people are moving around, and then they go a little bit dimmer when people aren't around.
Oh,
they're
I
just
misunderstood these.
Yeah, they're just dimmer. So they are
Okay.
on, they're just not at their bright because people aren't moving around in the parking lot itself.
Yeah, if we're not leaving, we should turn the lights off, even though I would like to leave now, I think.
Yeah, should we just go? Is it safe?
Well, are you guys parked out front or are you parked out back?
Out front.
Out front.
I'm in
yeah.
my usual spot.
That's closer to the DEA.
That's
should we
closer to the guns.
hide
true.
behind the concrete walls?
We
Well,
can
I
get in
mean,
my car and leave.
I mean, we could all just get in our cars and go the other direction away from the DEA. We don't have to go in front of the DEA.
I
Yeah, go around the back of the building.
kind of want to see what's happening.
Christopher, when did you get so nosy?
Just turn off the lights.
As
Well,
you're
I have-
saying,
yeah.
as you're saying that, Chris, sorry, Julia, as you're saying that, all of us who are at the front bar area, kind of talking, you begin to see that expected blue and red flashing coming from
There we
outside. You obviously from the where you're at in the bar area, it's I think about 30 feet or so to the front door, so you can't see what's going on, but you do see those lights flashing, that blue and red.
I kind of want to see what's going on.
Well, yeah,
Especially
now that
now?
the cops are here, we can be nosy.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm gonna get out my phone and start filming.
All right,
I'm
love
in the
that.
office with just my eyeball peeking out of the corner, still mostly behind cement, just with an eye exposed.
one eye.
Yeah.
Julia, give me. I think the best one for this would also be a perception roll, please.
Got it. $31.
31. Okay, and your perception said
wait.
what?
27.
Okay.
Oh.
I will say that you notice that and I think a lot of us can appreciate this, the little Wi-Fi symbol on your phone does not seem to be connected. It's got that little exclamation mark next to it. It seems like your phone is having trouble connecting to the Wi-Fi, which could just
The
be a
internet here
company
sucks.
issue. Yeah,
God damn it.
it could be.
Ryan!
But what are all of you doing? Are you guys?
Is Ryan reacting
Yeah,
to any of this?
Yeah, what is Ryan doing?
He's still in the back, mixing away. Unless anybody's informing him on the situation, this is what he's going to be doing.
I mean,
for
at
a
this
little
point,
bit.
the lights are off, so I think he would stop.
Yeah.
No. The lights out front have dimmed.
No, I'm saying
Well,
no,
wait,
So we
turn the lights
off
inside
in the
off.
bar.
Oh, if you guys turn the lights off, okay.
Except
Are
for
the
the
emergency
back,
lights
probably,
still
'cause
on behind
Ryan's
the bar?
Yeah, so the lights in the brew house are still gonna be on.
Yes. But in the front.
And he's
they're
not
off.
gonna notice that the front is off.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bless
that's
his
fair.
heart.
Yeah, there's loud stuff going on.
I feel like at this point I'd be like, Ryan, dude, there's something crazy going on. Come over here.
All right, so I'm going to do my best here to.
Yeah, I was like, welcome Ryan to the game!
I'm gonna play as Ryan here. This is not a.
Do your best Ryan impression.
Yeah, it's not an impression of Ryan. He walks up. Guys, what the hell is going on out there?
I don't know. Lights are flashing. Jeremy said he's on
There's
fire.
gunshots in the DEA for sure.
Gunshots?
Excuse me.
Yeah,
You sure? Gunshots.
And
yes,
now cops are coming.
I'm sure.
We
Some
should
more guns.
Cops are
hunker
already
down.
here.
And you see Ryan kind of like peek around the side of like the brewery area into like the tasting room area, and he sees those flashing lights, and he goes, "Whoa, okay. I'm gonna go check out back. You go check out front. Meet back in I don't know 5 minutes." And he
Bolt down
turns
the
around
door.
and just walks away.
No. Why are we leaving?
Lock the roll-up door.
Lock the roll-up door.
Bye.
Why are we locking? Why are we locking
Gunshots.
anything? The cops are here. We're fine.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Yeah, they're gonna run from the cops and look for an
And
open
come
roll-up
here.
door.
Okay,
No,
fine.
they're-
Let's all
Very-
go out. Let's all go out front. That's fine.
But let's
And-
close the roll-up door.
The roll.
The roll-up door is
the-
closed.
Yeah, the roll-up door is closed.
Stunning. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to make sure that back door is closed.
So, I mean, so there
Oh,
is the back door.
might be open.
Yeah, you don't know about the back door, but the roll-up.
But the
door
roll-up. Stunning.
is. Yeah. I will say in this situation for those in this game and those who are not aware, Ryan usually parks his car out back.
As
behind
does
the roll-up.
Julia.
And Julia does that as well because she's too cool for us.
Mhm.
Damn.
Okay, Ryan kind of walks past you guys a little bit and starts kind of moving his way towards the front door to go peek out front.
Want to come in the office? So we're not just behind glass, we're behind concrete?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna like Scooby Doo it. Like we're all like kind of
Yes.
stacked up.
A totem pole.
I mean, the cops are here. The gunshots were inside the building. Like, I kind of want to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's why we're
Yeah.
all Scooby
He's
Doo.
multiple-
Through the
all of
window,
you.
not through the glass doors.
Guys, like I mean, if the cops are here and like it's a DA facility, like things are fine. And Ryan pops open the front door and just kind of walks out front, not super far or anything, just like just gently out front.
I say, okay, that's
Here.
crazy. Julia, let's go in your car.
Yeah,
Let's go
seriously,
out the
leave
back
him.
and go
I
in
just
your
look
car.
at everyone. You guys have clearly never grown up in the hood. Oh my god. Don't go where the cops go.
Yes.
Yeah, you
This
think
is
No,
Ryan
we're not,
grew up
we're
in the
not
hood?
like walking up to the cops. We're just watching.
No,
Okay,
Ryan's
so-
out
like-
the door.
All right, so hold on.
Well,
hold
yeah,
on. So
but-
we're getting a lot of stuff from all over the place here. So this is a situation where I need to figure out what would you guys all do. So here's what I'm gonna say. NPC wise, I'm considering myself an NPC in this. Taylor and Ryan like peek out front. They're not like in the parking lot and walking up to the area, but they are just slightly outside the door. What are the four of you doing?
I
At
want
this
to go see
point,
what else.
oh no. At this point, I'm not going to my car even. I'm ready to run into Julia's car if I need to. I can get a ride back here tomorrow.
If this building
Yeah.
was contained, I'm happy to check out what is going on. They have just broken that containment, and now people seeking asylum are going to go into the open door.
Yeah, I have my bag on. I'm
Okay, hold on. So this is that situation that I talked about in the opener here. So what do you mean by people seeking containment? So now think about this in the normal scheme of things. The world at normal, a bunch of shit cracks off the DEA facility.
Yeah, gunshots
mean?
within 100 feet of you. I'm
Okay.
either locking all the doors or going out of the back into a car.
correct.
Okay.
We're locking down.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my purse and then yell at you, Chuckle Fox, and be like, "Get away from the fucking door!" And then like go towards the
No
back of the
one's
cold
shooting
box.
at us.
Not yet.
Yet.
Okay.
Bro,
so does this
there's
seem-
a gun within 100 feet of us shooting. I'm not going to be stray fire.
All right. So does
No,
this
it's like
seem-
it's probably like a DEA security agent shooting someone that broke into the facility or some shit.
Yeah.
And if they
That
get
doesn't
away,
change the fact that there's guns.
Hmm.
All right. All right. So does this seem fair to say that Taylor and Ryan peeked their head out front? Well, I mean, their bodies a little bit out front. Chris, Danny, Julia, you guys have moved back into the
closer
brewery.
to the bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back into the brewery.
behind
kind
the
of
bar, by the
kind of behind the
fermenters.
bar area. Jeremy, you're kind of my only question mark here. What would you be doing?
I don't think they've convinced me not to look outside with you guys. If you guys are looking outside, I want to know what's going on.
All right.
White boys.
I know.
Yeah.
Chris is with you.
I live in basically the same neighborhood as
Yeah,
Danny.
he's my neighbor.
Absolutely not. No way. Gunshots, I'm the fuck out of there.
I'm like, get over here now. If I die because of you guys, I am going to come back and kill you both. All three of you, even.
Okay, so this is a situation where Chris, Danny, Julia, I would like all three of you to roll composure, please.
Oh, sail.
Oh, baby, I am composed.
Must be nice.
Danny, what'd you get?
3.
Wow.
Ooh, damn.
Danny's living in his perfect environment right now, apparently. Julia, what'd you get?
61.
Nice.
61.
Yeah. So close.
Okay, 61. And Chris, what'd you get?
My 23 is my thing. I got 11, so 2 degrees of success.
Okay.
I don't think it's very
All right.
accurate.
Julia, go ahead and roll again for me, please.
I heard, not to get too boggy, but I think I saw in a video, you can like give other people your degrees of success to eliminate their degrees of failure. Is
Mhm.
that possible?
It is potentially possible. That's why I'm technically giving Julia advantage right now. So what'd you get?
Oh, cool.
75.
So it got worse. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because my dipshit boyfriend's about to get shot.
What's your base willpower, Julia?
33.
33. Okay. So in this process, while Taylor and Ryan and Jeremy kind of peek their heads up front to see what's going on, Danny and Chris, you guys are you're keeping a relatively cool head, but you understand the situation. You need to pull back from this. Like, you shouldn't be close to this. Julia, on the other hand, while understanding that concept, is also very worried the fact that Jeremy is standing out front right now. And as she begins, as she attempts to pull away, Danny and Chris, you guys kind of try to drag her back into this.
Yes.
I need a willpower check from both Danny and Chris, please. Straight willpower.
Nice.
Okay, what'd you guys get?
69.
Nice.
Nice.
I got
Perfect.
007, so 7.
Hey.
7. Okay.
Hey, okay.
That is drastically in so many different directions. Here's what happens. Julia, your just frustration and concern in this situation draws you to the front door. It doesn't draw you outside. You kind of break away from Chris and Danny in this situation and move yourself to the front door. You don't go outside, but you're close enough to see with the door propped open, the three of us, Taylor, Ryan, and Jeremy, standing outside looking. Jeremy, along with Ryan and Taylor, here's what you see. Those lights are still flashing, and they're coming from a police SUV that has pulled up to the barricade of the facility, the DEA facility. There does not seem to be any movement around the car, but what you do see is at the front of the facility, where the front door itself actually is, 2 sheriffs. The sheriffs with the brown shirt and khaki pants, full-on sheriffs, knocking on the front door of this facility.
They got their vests on.
Roll perception for me.
I always do.
Traditionally, yeah.
60.
60? You have absolutely no idea. I mean, it's dark out. The lighting over there is pretty
Flashing
rough.
lights. Yeah.
You have no idea. I mean, they might have their bulletproof vests on. They might not. I mean, traditionally, like Julia said, yeah, they usually do, but who knows? For a call like this, time of night like this, who knows? They have made their way up to the front of the facility and are knocking on the door. As they knock, everyone, hears a massive explosion come from the direction of the DA facility. Jeremy, specifically, you see a huge fireball erupt from the back of the facility.
Fuck.
And at the exact same time, you all see the facility itself, and then the parking lot, and then the actual building of Battle Mage, and then inside Battle Mage be covered in darkness as all of the lights shut off.
Oh, fuck.
I'm ducking behind the bar. Like, as soon as that explosion happened, I've grabbed Chris, and we're ducked down behind that bar.
I'm grabbing Taylor and Ryan. Okay, time to get inside. Get the fuck inside.
Yeah. Taylor would immediately respond. Let's see how Ryan would respond. I have a pretty good idea, but let's just see.
Yeah.
I've got dice. Yeah. He immediately just like, yeah, fuck this, and follows your kind of pull back into the room, and the door slams shut, and you lock the door to Battle Mage. The lights themselves, the building itself is completely dark. Julia, at this point, you're pretty much right next to Ryan, Taylor, and Jeremy. Chris and Danny, you guys are behind the bar. What do you guys do here?
Do we stay or do we go? At this point, we have to stay.
All right, one at a time.
Every electronic device has shut. Check my phone. Use the flashlight.
You check your phone. Your phone is still functioning. The Wi-Fi and data connection are completely gone.
Okay.
Turn on flashlight. I check to see if because they were just running the brewing machine, so I see if those are working.
Yeah, Ryan's gonna try and check the glycol right away.
Instantly.
Oh, that's so important.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Very important for the beer.
Ryan.
Ryan's
like, oh my god.
On the fermenters.
Ryan, in the darkness, runs back, and you see him kind of digging around in a small drawer behind the brewery, or behind the bar itself, and he pulls out this small little flashlight, and he yanks it up and turns it on and runs into the back of the room, and you hear him yelling, "I gotta check the glycol level!" And it sounds like what's his name from Back to the Future. But yeah, he runs into the back to
Josh
check
Brown.
on the alcohol. There it is. Yeah. What do the rest of you do here?
I'm gonna insist that we go to my car out back.
Yeah.
We can't go out front. We're leaving our cars here. We can't go out front. There's literally just an explosion.
Okay.
We can make a quick trip out front if someone has something in their car that they can't leave without because it might blow up. But like we would have to do it right now, really fast.
I don't think I have anything in my car that I need immediately.
I mean, I have like hundreds of dollars worth of magic cards, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Like, knowing this is a game, I really want to get my first aid kit, but I would absolutely not do that in real life.
Yeah, in real life, like we're getting in Julia's car.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that I feel like Jeremy would say that out loud as everyone moves to the back
Yes.
of the brewery.
Yes.
I have hundreds of dollars worth of magic cards in my car, but you know what? It's fine. No, we need to do this.
I
The
think
drug
It's
thieves
just
are
like,
not
it's
going
a
to go
duffel
for your
bag I
magic.
could just grab. No, but like they could blow up, and then like my whole collection's got it. I could just grab it.
Oh my
really
God,
quick.
shut
it's
up.
it's in a duffel bag.
So this argument is happening as you all make your way to the back of the brewery.
yeah.
I'm gonna be mad at you in real life. Fucking stupid.
As you make your way to the back,
Valuable.
is anybody's perception number below 20?
None.
No? Okay, cool. This is relatively easy to see. With the kind of lights in Battle Mage being out, but you guys running with your phones open, being able to cast light from your phones, you see Ryan is no longer in the back of Battle Mage.
Oh, no.
You see what appears to be a kind of brown streak leading out the back door.
I'm immediately stopping everyone.
Ryan shit himself. Let's not tell anyone
I
else.
am just yelling for Ryan.
Let's
I'm
take this
gonna
to our
grab
graves.
Drake fine. I'm gonna grab the battle axe from behind the bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
That's so cool.
that little dagger that's behind the bar. I'm just sneaking back
All right,
behind the bar.
hold on. I knew and was worried that this might be coming. So if you're going to try to grab weapons, we need to have a conversation about it. Because
Yes.
this is where survival points come in. But
But we know where the weapons
Oh
are.
yeah.
So
you do know where the survival
Right there by the light thingy.
Yes.
And you said
So-
brown streak, not red streak, right?
Not red. It is,
Yeah.
from what you can tell. Now, in fairness, I'm not making you roll for anything here. This is just you with your flashlight over the floor. That whitish light. It looks like a brown streak running
How
through
big?
the
How
back.
big?
Looks to be maybe about a foot thick, but it's not full. It's not a full
Yeah.
foot of brown stuff, but it's like a foot of streak, really.
Yeah.
That seems to be making its way out the back door. The back door itself is not fully shut. It is closed, but for any of you who have ever gone out the back of Battle Mage, you know that you can leave it slightly open. It looks to be as though the door is shut, but it is not fully closed.
Oh, okay.
I
Is this a
would
regular looking stain? Can you spill beer?
immediately Yell for Ryan.
That's a good idea.
Because
Because yeah, I'm just thinking he was so worried about his glycol that he shit himself.
All right, for that one, I want an expression check.
Ooh.
For me,
Yes, Jeremy.
I'm grabbing the axe.
I would take this out of my pocket and be holding it.
What
I
is
don't know
it?
what that was.
Small
Was
stick.
It's my Nazi beaten stick.
Oh.
Mm.
Wish it was bigger.
Go
Anyway,
the
what'd you get?
Expression.
Nazis
I
are very
got
small-minded. You don't need much.
40.
What was that?
I got 40 on expression, and my
Wait.
expression's a 32.
I thought you were saying your expression was 40. And I was like, how the fuck did we miss that? Okay.
No,
Uh,
my expression's 32. I rolled a 40.
Okay. You yell out, but I mean, with everything that's going on, like, there's part of you, like a small part of you, that's concerned about being too loud. And you yell out, Ryan, but you hold back just a hair. But you do not hear anything. You don't hear a response back at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out there.
Okay, hold on, because I
No,
think
I
I have
say
to.
that out loud.
Oh, that's fair. I think I have to deal with people trying to grab weapons, which
Yeah.
I've been expecting and worried about all at the same time. So
I think
I put you in a place full of weapons. I knew it was coming. I was just waiting for when it happened.
I think actual Danny, if Julia's grabbing the battle axe, I'm like, are we sure you're not jumping to conclusions? Like, what if?
Then this is a decoration. I'm grabbing it.
Oh God, be careful.
And I'm gonna.
Okay. You're grabbing the battle axe, and weirdly enough, I think at Battle Mage I have to ask which one.
Yeah, no, I'm grabbing Drake Vine, the
Okay, the black
Heavy
one that's
one.
actually sharp.
allegedly.
Allegedly, everyone. Allegedly.
I mean,
Allegedly.
I've heard that it's sharp. I've never tested it. Okay, so you're grabbing Grapevine? Is that what we're calling? Is that what the name of it is?
Drake Vine.
Grapevine. That makes more sense for Battle Mage. All right.
Yeah, it's
Do you
the
grab-
legendary axe of the battle mage.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna grab Grapevine. So this is where I'm gonna get into these fun cards because like I said,
Mine's heavy. So.
I knew this shit was coming.
I lifted
Let
it.
me find the. Actually.
Heard it through the Drake Vine. Shut up. That's funny.
Shut up. That's funny.
We work with good people. Thank you. Okay. So you pull up this item. Drakevine itself, I specifically because I know what axe you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's not horribly heavy, so you will have an advantage of sorts, a bonus of sorts, when it comes to attacking with this thing. But the one thing I want you to keep in mind, this thing is not incredibly durable.
That's fair.
Okay,
So,
so I will give you a bonus to attack, but for the first time, I will talk about this. There is something that we refer to as we're going to call it durability for the moment until I remember what the actual term is. I have to look it up.
I think
But
durability.
when it comes down to the fact that when you use an item, you can use up said item. AKA, you have a gun, you can use ammo. When you have an axe, you can only hit so many times with it, and this thing will break down. So you I have the card in front of me for what this thing is. You are aware this thing is capable of doing damage, but it is not the most durable of items. Okay.
Yeah.
It is I'm going to consider it a two-handed item, so this will be the only thing you get to pick up.
I can have
When
my
she's-
purse though.
well, that's what I was gonna say. When she's walking by me, I'm gonna, because she usually carries her purse on the one shoulder when she's leaving. I'm gonna grab her purse and put it on over me.
Thank you.
I mean, you can keep your purse. You don't have to take your purse away.
No,
No,
but it's
he's
gonna
right.
be-
I'm a one-shoulder girl.
She's a one-shoulder girl, and it's gonna be in her way. I know my friends.
Yes.
I know
exactly.
fashion.
Because
So, like,
otherwise
if
it'd be
she's-
in between.
It'd be in
That's the whole
between,
thing.
and yes, it's a whole thing.
All
So I
right.
just grab her purse, but then I'm also going to grab the heavy bookend that's holding the D&D books. And put it-
Shakespeare.
Yes, Shakespeare, and put it inside her bag. And I'm holding her bag, but I'm just in case. Like, this is my best friend going out there.
Yeah.
All right. So the other thing that we need to talk about now that we're picking up ridiculous shit, is cargo space. Now,
Uh-huh.
My purse can hold
every
a lot.
yeah,
Her bag is big.
every person has
Purse?
3 cargo spaces available to them.
Uh-huh.
All right, just as a human being. If you have an item that allows for additional cargo spaces, we can add to that.
Cool. I have my black bag.
Each item you add to that does take up cargo space. So here's what I'm going to say. That purse will give you an additional cargo space. The black bag, Danny, I will say will also give you an additional cargo space. That puts Julia and Danny at 4 cargo spaces. Danny technically has your bag. Yes. But shoving Shakespeare inside of it is going to take up the entirety of the cargo for that thing.
Yeah. I have a big purse.
She does.
It's also a big freaking
heavy
thing.
Bookend.
Yeah.
I have a knife in there, Danny.
You do. And your inhaler.
My inhaler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inhaler.
Yeah. So I'm going to say it takes up any available cargo space for that purse. So if you shove that bookend in there, that's it. You may be making that into a makeshift weapon, which could be interesting, but you're not going to be able to put really anything else in there besides what's already there and apparently Shakespeare's head.
Yeah.
Never mind. I already said what I was going to do, but now I'm changing my mind, remembering that she has her inhaler in there. And I don't want to block access to that.
No, the Shakespeare's head is already in there.
That's fine. I'm holding it like it's on my arm, but I'm ready to swing it if I need to, because that's my friend.
Okay. All right. So, Julia, you're picking up the axe.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, you are grabbing both.
I have a purse with William Shakespeare's head.
Purses. Okay. And filling out the Julia's purse with Shakespeare's head.
Yes.
Chris, what are you up to?
I'm going to, as I'm watching Julia grab an axe, I'm going to think, that's wild. But I'm also going to look up to her and be like, hey, can I pay you next time? As I grab 2 4-packs.
You're going to go into the cold box. And you're going to grab 4-packs. Yep.
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
I need beer and I need things to throw.
What 4-packs are you grabbing? What are they?
Ooh, definitely one is White Wolf and one is whatever's like seasonal that isn't usually there.
You have March of the Ends.
Yeah, March of the Ends.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. I'm like, all right, they're both 17, and then you get a 20% discount, but we can do that later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I put it in my big D&D like cooler bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I always have.
Traditionally, that is full of a lot of other shit. So, are you going to dump the rest out?
Not yet. I might dump it in the car if I need to, but at this point, I'm still thinking I need that shit. That's the realistic choice.
But that bag is traditionally full of books and dice and stuff. So I'm thinking about cargo capacity for said bag.
Right now, I don't think it adds any cargo capacity.
To put 2 4-packs in there?
I'm saying, that thing is full, so it's not giving me any cargo capacity. I'm just saying I have it with me.
Okay. Gotcha. I see what you're saying. You have the 2 4-packs and the... All right, Jeremy, what are you up to?
So I would pull out. It's essentially a wooden blackjack that I always carry in my pocket, and I would be holding that in my hand and going to the door, and this time probably a little quieter considering, and just be like, "Brian, are you okay?" And slowly push the door open.
Okay, so that does lean into in what sense are you leaving the door? I mean, are you actively trying to be quieter, or are you speaking out? Because that will change.
I would say I am speaking out, like I'm looking for Ryan to answer me. I'm cautious as I'm opening the door, but I'm not trying to stealth through the door. I'm more cautious, pushing the door open in front of me and moving slowly, just in case someone comes in through the door. But I wouldn't say I'm trying to whisper or anything like that.
Okay, in that case, can you give me a search check, please?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this the way I do Skyrim, which is stealth two-handed.
Health two-handed.
Great
Shut
build.
up.
I do.
It's a 34 on search, but I only have a 23.
Oof.
All right. So as you, all right. So I'm trying to figure out where everyone's at. So I'm gonna say Julia, Chris, and Danny. You guys are pretty close around the actual bar itself.
Yes.
As you are kind of grabbing things and getting ready for this. Jeremy, I'm gonna say you have fully moved to the back, kind of ahead of all of this, and trying to make your way out the back door. You pop the door open, and you kind of just say out loud, "Ryan." And unfortunately, just because of how the buildings are made out of solid concrete, along with the other structures out back, it kind of echoes around, and you hear this kind of just echo come out, and it's a bit louder than you really expected your call out to be.
I am generally louder than I expected to be.
And
Are you?
as you open the door, considering how the backside of Battle Mage works, as you open the door, Ryan's and Julia's car are usually off to the left of the door, whereas wait, no. Do I have that wrong?
No,
You
that's
guys
right.
usually-
Left, and then Kegasis is out to the right.
Yeah. And as you peek open the door and talk out, you hear this come from your left-hand side. Hold on. That hurt a little. You hear this just guttural kind of sound coming from your left. Would technically, as you peek out, it would be behind the door, so you'd have to kind of move out around the door in order to see what's happening. But that is where you hear it coming from.
Okay, I would say, like, me playing this game, I'm like, oh, zombies. But, like, in real life, I wouldn't be like, oh,
Wouldn't be zombies.
zombies.
No.
And I'm looking for Ryan. I hear a weird guttural sound, and there's a stain on the floor. I'm thinking Ryan's sick.
Yeah.
That's why
Either
he did
drunk
the doo-doo.
or he's super freaked out. So
Shit.
I'm going to go around the door and be like, hey, Ryan, are you okay? Expecting to see Ryan, like, throwing up or on the ground or something.
Okay, I'm gonna need the easiest one for this is gonna be perception again. So can you give me a perception, please?
You're not allowed to kill my boss.
17. And
Oh!
She
my
declares
perception
right
is
now.
25.
Sorry, what was the
Wow.
number?
The number I rolled is 17. My perception is 25.
As you peek around, you kind of use the door itself as a little bit of cover. As you peek your way around this door, looking out the backside of this building. And out back, you see Ryan's car. It's a darker sedan, which you've seen before. And you see his car, and you're kind of like looking for him, like around his vehicle. And you see this figure standing behind it. At first, it kind of jumps out to you like maybe, shit, there's Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
The problem that immediately jumps out to you, and Ryan, I love you to death, this figure is far too tall.
You
This
didn't
figure
have to
is-
say that.
I know, but I need this for people who don't know Ryan. This figure is well over 6 feet. And looking at it, like it seems to be at the back of his car. And you see it kind of, it doesn't seem to be searching for anything, to be looking for anything, or doing anything necessarily. It almost seems to be slightly stuck in place, but it's just kind of sitting there, just With the degrees of success that you got, a little bit of information I'll give you here. This figure does 100% seem to be a human. It looks like a human. It looks to be like a 6, maybe 3 white male, perhaps. The thing that's throwing you off is there's a lot of this skin, like the coverage of like the face and the arms that seem to be covered in this weird brownish or potentially even blackish color. It's hard to tell considering like the fluorescent lights outside the back of Battle Mage what color it is. It seems to be this dark shading over this figure. It looks to be wearing a white button-down shirt and black pants, but it does not seem to be carrying like anything with it. There's no backpack with it. There's no briefcase, anything like that. It's just this figure standing behind this vehicle.
I don't see any sign of Ryan.
You do not know.
I'd probably call out one more time for Ryan. It's like, Ryan! And then, hey, dude, are you okay? What's going on? Talking to the figure.
Okay. Roll a composure check for me.
Composure. I got a 55, and
Damn,
my
you killed her.
composure is 33.
Okay. Sorry, first time running this in a while, and I need to. Now that we're getting into stuff, I'm gonna remember to start flipping back and forth between your guys' character sheets here. So Jeremy, you rolled a what?
I rolled a 55.
And your actual number for it is what?
33.
Okay, so considering you have Iron Will, I am going to change that to 43 as your base number.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So, now it's not a success,
No.
but it is not degrees of failure. It's simply a
less
failure.
than a failure.
Here's what happens. This figure turns. And for the first time, you fully see their face. Again, it is a 6-footish tall white male, probably like 32, 33 years old. Not a very old guy. But you turn and you see his jaw is broken to the left. It's hanging in just a horrific way. You can see the skin itself is ripped and broken on the right side.
Oh.
And you can tell all this because when he turns, you see the jaw.
Okay, you're not good, dude.
I just almost
What the
spit all
fuck?
over my computer.
You're welcome. And then he clocks you. He makes eye contact with you.
No.
And for the first time, and going off of that perception from earlier, you see the pupils in his eyes. There's no color. It is pitch white. It is blank sheet of paper white. It's not cataract or glaucoma pupils. There's no pupils. It's nothing but white. And he turns and his face looks at you. And then you see his body in the most gangly motion. And he starts to move around the back of Ryan's car and head towards the door you're standing at. What do you do?
Oh, fuck. And I still don't see Ryan.
You don't see Ryan now.
I hate to say this, sorry, Ryan. I'm going back inside and slamming the fucking door and holding it closed.
It does lock automatically.
I was gonna say,
be right
so okay, bye. Roll it's not a good one for this, really.
Screw
Let's
over your
go-
friend roll.
Yeah, fuck
I'm
your
not
friend.
screwing him over. I haven't seen any sign of him. This person's coming for me.
Dead.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to go with a willpower roll here.
Okay. I'm hoping Ryan
You
has
got
locked
this, you
himself
got this,
in
you
the
got
unit
this.
next door.
The car, his car.
Or in his car. Okay. I rolled a 32. My willpower is 34.
Okay, fantastic. You look around for just a half a second, trying to find Ryan, maybe anywhere, just a brief sight of him. But seeing this gang of creature coming towards you, you just slam the door shut, knowing well that this door locks itself the second it's shut. And you hear up against the door. It lasts for the space of about 4 seconds. And the sound stops. And
Guys,
with
there's
that,
some fucked up dude out there.
you see your group of friends come up behind you saying, "What's going on?"
Where's Ryan?
I don't know. I called for Ryan. I didn't get a response. And there's some fucked up dude out by his car that just tried to fucking attack me.
Is he drunk? Was he here earlier?
I don't
Do we know
recognize him. I thought I don't recognize him. I thought that he was drunk. I heard some weird sounds, and he turned around, and his face is like super fucked up. His jaw's broken, and he like freaked out and started just coming at me. And I still didn't see Ryan, so I just fucking slammed the door. He's outside.
Did it look like burns from the fire?
No, like he's just fucked up. Like there's some
What does that
weird
mean?
shit on his body, and his jaw is like fully broken, dude. His jaw is fully broken. There's like skin missing on his face. His eyes are just like white, like look like they're fucking rolled up in his head. And he's literally just coming at me. You heard the thump on the door. This guy just fucking tried to attack me. I don't see Ryan.
All right, breathe.
All the doors are locked, right?
Let's just
Yeah.
quiet down. In case there's more of them, we don't want them to know we're here.
Em, what are you talking about? Where is Ryan?
Okay. I'm gonna take out my phone, and you said I didn't see anything before, but I want to double check if I can call Ryan.
It's like, where did my dice go? The call connects through. You don't hear anything on the other end.
Ryan? Hello? Ryan? I put it on speaker so everyone can hear it.
No, that's what the fucking guy sounds like.
Alright, I'm gonna hang up.
That's the fucking weird dude. That's what he sounds like. Dude, he sounds like a fucking zombie.
I
Okay, calm down.
punched Jeremy in the arm.
I'm
Maybe
just
a
saying,
little punch,
sounds
more of a
like it.
slap. I'm a slapper, not a puncher.
Sounds-
like,
he
stop it.
sounds like that.
Stop
Yeah.
jumping to conclusions.
Well,
All right, roll
I mean,
roll a
Those aren't real.
roll a brawl check for me there, Danny, and add 2 d6s for me.
I'm not trying to like hurt him. You know how
I know.
excited I get.
I know. This is why I'm making you do this.
I'm just saying, like, this guy, that's what he
Eh.
sounds like. He fucking tried to.
So my brawl is 22.
Mhm.
I rolled an 84. And I rolled 10 on my 2d6s.
Okay. I mean, straight up, this is just the good old fashioned, just kind of like good old fashioned slap without trying to put any effort behind it. Just smack the crap out of his arm
Yeah.
as you're saying this.
Like, stop.
Okay. I'm gonna get the keys to Kegasis, or right here, I'm gonna pick up the keys to Kegasis. I'm gonna beep the horn. I'm gonna lock it, and it'll make a noise. And then maybe he'll run away. I don't know. Do
You don't
that.
think the
That's a good
explosion outside made him run away?
That's why he's here in the first place?
Beep, beep,
Dude, maybe he got fucked up in the explosion.
beep, beep. I don't know.
Alright.
Maybe he ran. I don't know.
On your car.
Hold on. Actually, this would be a good
Like-
way to do this. Hold on. Give me one sec. As Julia's
What's
beep beeping bullshit. So you,
What's your beep beep bonus?
yeah, what's
We got the biggest beep.
your beep beep bonus? As you click the actual clicker, locking and causing that beep to happen. Beyond the roll down door, you're not really hearing those noises, kind of like those guttural sounds, but you are hearing like these hits, and those hits you're kind of understanding to be, it sounds like something is hitting up against a metal object. And considering what I rolled, just to make it simple, it sounds like there is something hitting up against Pegasus. But you're just not hearing those guttural noises.
Is Ryan and Pegasus?
I don't know. He didn't say anything. I couldn't see Ryan.
Did he have the keys?
He has his own set. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we have 2 sets, so he could be in Pegasus.
But what do we do about this guy out there? We can't just leave Ryan out there.
No.
Try calling him again.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him again.
Taylor, get over here.
Taylor.
Join the huddle. Quit drinking.
2 things happen here. So, first one, Julia, you try to call through again.
Mhm.
This time you hear, I'm sorry, all lines are currently busy. Please try your call again later. Thank you. Chris, as you say that, you turn around. I'm not there.
No. Taylor,
I'm
we're
not in the bar.
I don't see Taylor.
When the
Taylor.
fuck did Taylor leave?
Was
All
he
right.
that drunk? I'm gonna like do
Okay.
a quick look.
It's fucking Taylor. He's drunk. He might have tried to go outside for a cigarette.
Jesus.
God dang it, Taylor.
Yeah, I'm like at no point am I like yelling, but I'm doing like the like yell whisper thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Goddamn Taylor. And I'm just gonna go up to the. Oh God! Now I'm doing the shit that I didn't want to do in the first place. I'm gonna go up to the glass doors. I'm gonna look for Taylor. I'm so
We're all gonna
upset
stick together.
that I
What's
love
your-
my friends.
With him.
Okay,
Chris,
let's go
what's your
find Taylor.
Chris, what's your base perception? Just the actual number itself?
30.
30. Okay. As you move into, I'm guessing you're moving like into the office, right? Or are you moving to the front door?
Front
I
door.
think I'm gonna like get down and like army crawl to the glass door
Yeah.
and just kind of like
Okay, so
peek.
So the front door. As you're army crawling up,
I haven't swept yet.
you
It's for Taylor.
Shut up.
it's definitely dirty. There's a couple of Starburst wrappers attached to your coat.
You're
as
covered in Harlow hair.
Just so you
So
know
much
what I
Harlow
would do
hair.
for you, Taylor.
Oh, thank you. As you approach, it may not be something you're entirely used to seeing, but you understand the concept immediately. The latch on the door is not locked.
Okay. I'm gonna yell whisper to everyone. Yep. He freaking went out for a smoke!
That's so
Damn it! Are you
stupid.
okay?
Taylor.
Okay, I'm gonna bring him inside and tell him there's a fucking weird guy.
Yeah, alright. Shit. Yeah, I'll pop up and just like. Oh my god, we have to get it. Oh my god! Taylor, why
Yeah.
would you do this to us?
I'm so mad at you, Taylor.
Just open the door and be like, Taylor!
Yeah.
You're gonna pop your head out and say that?
Yeah. I think yes, one of us.
Okay, I will simply say, just considering the events of so far, I will go with Chris and Jeremy are kind of the ones popping their heads out first to kind of peek around a little bit.
Yeah.
As you do, you see the DEA facility fully engulfed in flames. It is 100% on fire. There seems to be part of the back side of the building that isn't like completely engulfed in flames, but for those of you that are aware, like the front area, kind of where the big vents for the I don't know how much I'm allowed to put on Twitch, where the ovens are. It is that entire
the ovens are allegedly.
Alleged ovens with the giant vents leading out the top of the building. That entire front area is completely on fire. There are definitely like some back parts of the building that have not been fully engulfed yet, but that front kind of entrance area and where like those ovens and stuff are completely on fire. As you,
Wild.
it's gonna be a lot of fun if you considering how long you stay outside. Could get
Body smell.
real fun. All right, so we're gonna do another perception roll as you guys peek your heads out front. Chris and Jeremy, please, to see what you see.
Okay. Can I do a spot listen?
Interesting. So you're trying to hear, in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Or,
are you
like,
listening
look for like a cherry of a cigarette or something.
Okay, yeah, I'll let that go. Yeah, if you're looking for something very specific like that, that's totally fine. Yeah. So Chris, spot listen check. Jeremy, just a regular perception check, please.
I got 41.
41. What's your perception model? Your perception number.
25.
Okay. All right. So we are looking at 1 degree of failure. Chris.
55 of 32. Over 32. So.
Let me just double check you kids real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great.
Looking around, you guys do not see Taylor, me, anywhere. I do not seem to be standing out front, hiding around the corner at all, having a quick smoke and hoping for the best. Yeah, it just seems at this point the front door is open and Taylor is gone.
Is the bathroom door closed?
No, the bathroom door is cracked with the lights off like a freaking adult does. Sorry.
I don't know, just in
Um,
case
that
we're in
was-
the bathroom.
Right. That was Taylor coming out. I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, the bathroom door is cracked and the light is off.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Taylor? Why would he go outside?
He's an idiot.
He's dumb.
Our friend Taylor's an idiot.
Yes, our human friend Taylor is a moron.
Not part of this game, but everybody gets inspiration.
I love that man, but he's dumb.
I just don't understand. Like, we have to go out there.
Yes.
Brian and Taylor.
Yeah,
have to go out
for real.
We're gonna
God
form
dang
up ranks.
This is.
it. Okay.
I
We have
could
to
not
go
leave
in.
Taylor to this.
Same.
We have to go
Um,
out together, and we'll do a lap around the building and call for Taylor and Ryan, and we will be together.
Okay,
Buddy system.
before we do that, I have my axe. I'm gonna
Yes.
go get. There's a dagger.
I'll take a dagger.
Okay, and then
I'm gonna have my car keys in my hand as well, in case
Don't put them.
a distraction.
Put them in your.
No. I can make it beep.
Yeah, smart. Okay, we have once and wheel. We have a short sword. We
What
have
was that? You have what?
and what's the Aragorn sword?
Oh, yeah, and wheel.
And wheel. Yeah.
But it's all fucked up.
So it's metal.
No, give me the Damascus short sword.
Okay, so he'll have the Damascus. I'm weapons up, and then
That's a real
Right.
weapon. I'll take it.
All right, so who's taking a larger weapon? A dagger can be in your pocket. We can figure that out later. But a short sword or a broadsword or a freaking axe, I need to know what you're taking.
axe.
Yeah. Julia's got Drakevine.
Okay, realistically, would I take short sword, or would I just use my little stick?
Reach.
You'd
You
use
want
your
more
stick.
reach? You'd use your
Yeah, because I don't think there's monsters or anything. Like,
No,
I have my
but
Nazi beater. I know how to use it. I'm gonna use that.
okay, you guys
Okay.
just I'm not saying it is what this is, but I'm gonna grab, you know, the really flimsy pillows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julia, give me the duct tape.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab the duct tape. What do you need the duct tape for?
And because his hands, that's so close to his hands, I'm gonna take the pillow and I'm just gonna wrap it around his arm that he's gonna use to hit. As to kind of like give his arm some kind of cushion and protection.
Yeah, so you're giving
Okay.
pillow armor to Jeremy, is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Okay, probably smart.
Yes.
I mean, all right, yeah.
I'll
Just in
if you
case,
want
I
me to
don't think
wear
it is what it is, but if this thing is like, and its jaw was hanging, I mean, we've all seen Shaun of the
Hey.
Dead.
I just don't. I don't
It's
want
not-
any crazy fucking person to bite me, so I'll take it.
Yeah, it's Danny. I know
What?
you love that movie. That's not Danny.
It's
Look-
not my
look at me.
idea. I look at Julia.
It's not.
I look at.
No.
I know, but just in case.
Okay. Thank you.
Um,
Also, I'm about to get real Catholic, and I cross myself, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
I put Julia's
It's not
back over
zombies,
mine,
but
so I got cross body bags, mine and hers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the little dagger in my hand, and then I have my car BB.
Chris.
Specifically, I mean, you got the car BB, cool, that could be used. But specifically, you have a dagger and a purse mace.
Oh, that's just wrapped around my body.
That's just for later.
Yeah, I don't want to. Or like,
I'm
do
gonna
you
write
want your
down-
bag? I can hold your bag.
I'm gonna write down.
We don't need our
purse
bags. We're running back in here. We don't need our bags, do we?
You put Shakespeare in one of them. Do you want that or not?
Keep the bags.
Okay, I'll take the bags.
Chris.
If I'm being realistic, I put my bag down. I have grabbed a guild member mug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up. I want you all to know. Thank you, Chris. There's a specific item card I grabbed because I was hoping somebody would start grabbing cards. I want you to know I have that item card. But, okay.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
Chris, you're grabbing a guild mug. It's a mug.
That's a hefty
Okay.
mug.
Yes, it
It's
is.
a big old mug.
And
Join the
the
guild
longer
today.
everyone takes to do everything, I'm cracking a can and I'm pouring a White Wolf in there.
Nothing better than a weapon that can hold a beer.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
yeah, you fucking would.
Okay. All right.
All
so,
right.
Might as well.
so we've got Chris with his guild mug beer weapon. Danny with his purse/bag mace, bludgeoning weapon,
Flail.
and car keys. Jeremy going out with what I believe you referred to as your Nazi beat. What did you call it?
Yeah,
Blackjack.
it's basically like a blackjack. Yeah.
It's a blackjack.
Danny also has a
Okay.
dagger.
Yeah.
And I wrapped his arm up with a
Pillow
pillow.
armor. Yeah. And Julia, you're
The
going out with
Tan one specifically.
because fuck those pillows. Okay.
Yeah.
What is our order of operations going outside? Are you guys going all out at
Uh,
once? Going out
I
one at a
have
time? What's the
My
feeling?
hand on Chris's shoulder.
Okay.
I think we need to stick pretty close together.
Yes.
I'll probably be walking a step or two in the front,
hmm
and I say we go past Henneberry around the building that way, looking for Taylor.
I'll bring up the rear with Drakefine.
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
And then I'm just looking around.
Okay.
Swivel.
So, how I'm going to say this basically is Jeremy more out front, Chris and Danny more middle, and Julia more in back.
Mhm.
Does that feel right?
Yep.
Does that feel good? Okay.
But
All right. As you guys make your way outside, what direction are you heading? Are you heading
Towards
right?
Henneberry.
Yeah.
Towards Henneberry? To the right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I said look in the window just to make sure like Sean or Adrian aren't still hanging around there.
When we walked out, you're like, Taylor, you're not in your usual smoking spot, right?
So, I'm not off to the left near the mailboxes. smoking
What
a cigarette
about in
with
the far
Will.
corner of the parking lot?
I will say, just it's hard to tell for sure. considering the lights out there are dim at the moment, like in that back area.
Yeah.
Um,
But do I see a
Yes.
friend-shaped figure over
I
there?
guess the one thing that you can take from that is I'm not in the back, you would assume, because the lights are not fully brightened. There's
Okay.
no motion sensor going off back there. So that's kind of a fair assessment. I mean, potentially I've been there for a long time, but up to you. How do you take that? As you guys break right, the first thing that you come up to down the way a little bit is my car, my green Subaru. As you're moving forward, you can see in the kind of darkened lights. I mean, the upside is the lights coming off of the building itself, Battle Mage's building, stay well lit. You can see a figure sitting in the front seat of the car. You can see what appears to be a little bit of smoke rising from the car in the area kind of where the other side of the car where the driver's seat would be. Beyond that, you can't really make out much because the windows are relatively tinted. I'll say you guys are about, 50 feet out or so, just making your way out of Battle Mage and seeing my vehicle.
Is this motherfucker smoking his car because he was scared of the explosion, but he still wanted a cigarette?
I'm gonna kill him.
That's insane.
Gross.
Slurp.
Taylor.
Don't be drinking outside.
I didn't actually. Did somebody say Taylor? I didn't see who actually said that. I just heard
Me.
it.
Like, Taylor.
Okay. Roll an expression check for me, please, Danny.
I'm also sending love at you.
I'm not.
67. My expression is 32.
This is a hard game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When all our
Seriously.
stats are like 33 and lower.
Why don't you want us to do well?
What was your roll? Sorry.
67, and my expression is 32.
Okay. I think for this one, with the amount of kind of danger that's out in the world, I'll give you concealment.
Stunning.
So I'll give you a plus 10 to that roll, or plus 10 to your expression.
So then it'd be a 42.
Be a 42. Yeah. So it's only technically, I believe, 1 degree of success, right? Or 1 degree of failure.
42.
And you rolled
No,
what? Sorry?
67. It's still 2.
So it's still 2 degrees of failure.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not 3, so that's a positive. As you kind of yell that out, you hear coming from the backside of Battle Mage Brewery. You guys broke right as soon as you came out the door. To your left, around the backside of that building, you hear what appears to be tires screeching for half a second. Like there's just this quick, and then all of a sudden, as you hear what appears to be kind of the sound of a vehicle turning over. You hear metal crunching, glass breaking. It sounds like something not in the cul-de-sac, but right before the cul-de-sac for Battle Maid. You hear it sounds like a car may have just rolled over.
Oh my god. I just my hand just grips onto Chris's shoulder even more. And I was like, what is going on?
We have to go check it out. We have to make sure everyone's okay. Taylor's
Where's Taylor?
I would like to confirm that Taylor's fine.
Same.
Yeah, we need to fucking make sure.
Wait, then let's go do it fast, because someone's actually hurt. Let's go.
I run up to the front of Taylor's car and look in the front window, and I'm just like, Taylor!
Okay, who's all going with Jeremy? Is it kind of a full group thing, or just Jeremy?
Yes, we're all
it?
together.
Okay.
I'm
if we're
still watching. My hand is on my car alarm button if I'm ready, if I need to make a distraction.
Okay. But with kind of the emergency of the situation, I'm gonna kind of take away any like stealth or concealment to this.
Yeah.
This is kind of more of an expressive run out
Yes.
to the car to make sure that whoever Taylor is fine. As you guys make your way to the car, and you, Jeremy, I'll say you get there first, and you kind of run up and you do this quick like pat on the hood as you're moving around, like Taylor, what the hell? And as you move around, you see that my window is completely down. Hanging out the left window, the driver's side window, you see my arm, this arm, which you can recognize very easily, holding a cigarette. The cigarette is kind of draped over to the left a little bit. And as you all look up, you see beyond my shoulder about 70% of my skin has been torn away. You see part of my throat has been removed. You see my broken jaw and deformed face and nose. Eyes seem to be completely missing, and you see the figure of the destroyed visage of Taylor just lying in the front seat with the cigarette hanging out the window. And from what you can see, I appear to be completely dead.
I barf.
I'm going to grab
No.
Jeremy.
With that, I need every single one of you to roll a composure check for me. Now, at the moment, Jeremy, I will give you plus 10 to your composure for Iron Will. And I believe that is it. Yeah.
Hey,
Jeremy,
well,
you
that
get
means
plus
my composure goes up to 43, and I rolled a 43.
10. Okay. Success.
Wow.
Excellent.
All right.
Just like
Danny?
My composure, I rolled a 22. My composure is a 23.
Okay. So it's bothering you, but it is not overwhelming you. Chris?
I rolled amazingly well in the wrong game. 83. I think I dropped my mug. It breaks on the ground. And I don't know what the fuck to do.
Okay. All right. We're gonna come back to that in a second. I want to get Julia's roll real quick, and then we're gonna come back to you, Chris.
I got a 56, and my composure is 23.
Okay. Julia, yeah, you're shaken by this, seeing the form of me just kind of ripped apart. Like it is throwing you off. And now there are parts of you that like the fight or flight receptors are kicking in. It's not completely overwhelming you at this moment, but seeing this happen to someone that you've been friends with is messing with your head. Chris, I need you to roll a willpower check for me, please.
I knew smoking would kill him.
Shut
this
up.
motherfucker.
Shut up.
I got 52 of over 26.
Okay. It's not on the character sheet here. I'm gonna have to hunt down where it is. You are gonna take 1 point of insanity damage. Okay. So, for that, what that means is until you're able to overcome what you saw, your willpower and your empathy are -5 off the total number.
Chris is freaking out.
You see this happen, and this is beyond anything you can handle. Your brain slightly cracks.
I am
Seeing
so upset he went outside.
Seeing something like this happen, it is horrific. It is almost to the point where it's hard for you to function. But yes, you're gonna take 1 point of, I guess it's technically psyche. I'm gonna have to look up the breakdown on it, and we'll get back to it on the next round.
I have 5 psyche threshold.
Yeah. Yeah, but for right now, we're gonna take 1 point of this, and yeah, so your empathy and willpower will be down 5 until you find a way to overcome this intense scene before you.
I'm going to grab.
And that's off the total number, by the way. Just make sure that's what you have down.
Ooh, does that mean my skills? If it goes from 33 to 28, then that means
your skills are adjusted for the time being.
Oh my god.
So that's something to keep in mind. We don't have to hit those hard right now, but do keep in mind that that is part of it.
Oh fuck.
Now I understand this was a very intense thing that I just put you all in front of. The one thing I want to remind you all of is the existence of competence points. Or in situations where stuff like this happens, you have the ability to burn competence points that I will allow a success of a roll, depending on the situation.
Is that before or after you roll?
That is after. I'm gonna let those be after.
I will absolutely use that, because I just watched all of my stats drop to nothing. Like, all my skills.
Okay. For such an intense situation, I'm going to ask you to burn 9 competence points.
Sure.
Okay.
Gladly.
Yeah.
So, alright, so this will not give you that
I'm
point.
just get your shit together, dude.
It will not give you that point of
Everyone
insanity.
takes their turn slapping me.
Yeah.
Like airplane.
Oh no,
Chris?
I'm just gonna grab you by your hand, and I'm like, we need to get back inside.
I'm gonna slap you and say, pull it together.
And I'm just
We need to
gonna.
find Ryan.
Yeah, I think the best way to explain those competence points is the sense of you've seen 1,000 movies in your times, played a bunch of video games,
Yes.
and you're able to kind of put this mask over your brain.
Yeah, I'm in full denial.
Yeah, this is a thing that I've seen before in things. I'm getting out of this situation. That's
Taylor
what we're
is
gonna
home
call
and safe, and I don't need to deal with this right now.
That's what we're gonna call those competence points. So sorry, Danny, you were talking. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. I'm just gonna grab Chris by the hand. I'm like, we need to go back inside now. And I look over to Julia and Jeremy. Inside now.
We need to find
Now.
Ryan.
It probably doesn't matter. Get inside now. And I'm just gonna start running
Right.
inside.
Yeah, I want to check on the car, but we have to get inside. Your group.
That's 2 inside. Chris, Jeremy, are you guys joining or not?
I'm gonna really quickly grab Taylor's wrist and just shake it and be like, dude, are you at all fucking alive?
You see something that you would never imagine Taylor to do, and he drops his cigarette.
No!
Chris.
Let go.
Are you sure?
Academy Award.
Bend down, pick up that cigarette. Wouldn't want me to waste it.
God bless your heart.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give you 2 competence points for that.
Hell yeah. And then I'm gonna follow you guys inside with the cigarette in my mouth.
Ew.
All right, you guys move inside and
Locking the door behind us.
As you can see, at this point, so I'm just going to do a little exposition here, and then we can figure out what we want to do next. As you can see at this point, things have escalated heavily. There are creatures outside. The only federal building next to you is under siege. There has been massive damage to vehicles outside of the building. Ryan is missing. Taylor is dead. As far as you're aware, the connection on your phones is spotty at best. What would you guys like to do?
Lock all the fucking doors.
Right. All right, we gotta figure out if the guy is still out back because I don't want to be here anymore, and I want to get to my car. So we need to go check the back door.
Okay, I will check the back.
No one goes alone anywhere.
No.
No, but like
Group up.
I'm opening the door. You guys are behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But first, before we do that, I'm gonna grab another pillow, and I'm just gonna like wrap it around with like I'm like we. I look to Jeremy, and I'm like, why did you have to say those words?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Oh, it could have been zombies.
I did not say it could have been zombies. I said he sounds like a zombie. And did he?
Yes, and I told you not to say it. That's why I hate you.
One thing I hate in zombie movies is when they don't recognize it's a fucking zombie.
Stupid! These aren't zombies!
Something fucking ate Taylor.
Taylor's fine. Let's go check the back. Okay, great. Thank you.
I grab my bag and I pull another beer off of one of the 4 packs, just so I have my 8 ammo in my left hand with my bag, and then I have a thing to throw at a fucking bad guy in my right hand.
All right. So here's the thing. So here's the thing that I'll say. While you guys are beginning to move around the building, you guys are making your way to the back to try to make sure that's locked, maybe arming up with a full beer. The one thing that I would like to remind you of is the lights had been turned off to a certain point. And then the one thing that we didn't really talk about, and I was wondering if you guys were going to notice, when you had gone outside, the lights on the buildings outside had come back on. There was lights emanating from the buildings. There does seem to be some semblance of power. The one thing that I will say, I'm not going to make you guys roll for this, there does appear to be some type of draw on the system. The power that you would expect, how bright the lights you're used to seeing, they're not there. They're about maybe running at like 60%, 50% on certain lights. The electrical grid seems to be compromised in some way. Now, I will say you don't know if this is just your building or if this is on a larger scale, but that's something we were kind of moving through and moving past. I just want to make sure that that is being understood by you guys.
Did we hear anything happening over at like around the fire? Could we hear screaming or yelling of any kind? Orders being given? Anything like that?
No. No. With the rolls you guys have, I would say a couple of you guys would have had enough of perception rolls. You didn't hear anything. You heard maybe a little bit of that gentle roar of a fire kicking up and going, but there was no screaming, orders being given. There was no more gunshots. There's no people yelling from one building to another, nothing like that. It seems quiet outside of the fire, the screeching tires, the crashing car, and yeah.
Right.
The one thing I would like to remind you guys at this point, we're looking at about 11:30 at night.
Okay.
As we decide to go check the back door, I'm just like, Julia, knife, please.
I take it out of. I open Julia's bag, I'm gonna offer her inhaler really quick, and then I'll give you her knife.
I will open the knife, hold it like this, blade pointing away from me, as I get ready to open the door. So if something lunges at me, I can just stab it.
Okay. We're going to your house.
We're the
Okay.
closest. Yeah.
Yes.
We're getting in my car and going to our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And in this situation, Julia, just to confirm, your car would be parked out back, kind of right next to Ryan's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get my keys from Danny too.
Yes.
So if there's no sign of the guy, we make a break for your car.
Okay.
No, not yet, Danny. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
The white one.
Easy.
Okay, let's go.
Backseat. I'll go backseat driver.
So Danny's going to be in the back. Are we kind of going same setup as last time?
Well, just so we know like what car to run to, and we're not stressed out about anything.
Yeah, and people aren't like trying to pile up at the same door
Exactly.
and go around. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll
Gotcha.
take driver side.
Okay, then I'll go
Backseat?
passenger. Yeah, I'll go backseat passenger.
All right.
Okay.
I
Shotgun.
gotta run to the bathroom again real quick, but I will be right back. Love you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Nice.
He killed himself and then my boss?
Yeah. What the heck? Rude.
Insanity.
It's pretty
That
fun
was
to have
brutal.
him as an NPC so we can make fun of the NPC while not meaning it
Yeah.
about the guy. That's fun.
I mean it.
But I
That
feel
was brutal.
like if this is happening and we are together, like we're gonna make a zombie joke immediately. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
like
Because that's not real.
because it's not real.
While also trying not to go to absolute
Killing.
pieces.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dang,
You're-
I'm so glad we have competence points.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking seriously. Oh my god. Okay, lots of zombie jokes in the chat.
Oh, good.
Your stabbing arm is covered with a pillow, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got the pillow.
Would love to see a $7 token wrist shooter. Yeah, me too.
Yes,
Great.
same. Like even outside of this, just like
Yeah, just like in
Just in
general.
tell the guys that that's like the next thing you should sell.
Love that.
I have to grab something real quick. I'll be right back.
We just
Christopher.
Why didn't you go?
You could have done that.
Me?
I know, but he went so fast.
Sorry, I'm not used to running these things. I'm used to just being a face in the background. Guys, I'm
I'm
sorry.
excited to see what
Yeah, you killed
cliffhanger
yourself?
you're gonna leave us on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I killed myself in front of you guys.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Can't believe
Okay,
you did
that's Danny Fair. That was a weird way to say that. I'm sorry I made you guys find my dead body.
But you
And-
100% would fucking go outside and try to have a cigarette.
Yeah, but
I don't
went
think
in
he
my-
would.
I went in my car for safety.
I don't think you're that stupid.
No,
I
if
don't think
he
you're that
didn't-
stupid.
If he didn't hear us talking about the guy in the back, he
But
would-
see, he would
He
have been
would
with
have
us.
gone. No, he would have like opened up the door and be like, "Oh, okay, I'm going out for a smoke," and we'd hear him and go, "What are you doing?"
What are you
And then-
doing?
yeah, true.
Like we're really good at like checking in with one another. Do you know what I mean?
Keeping track of one another. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I said you guys have to be incredibly honest on this stream about what we're doing. I did not say I had to be.
Well, I am being incredibly honest when I say that cigarettes are gross.
Taylor would be
I-
like,
I agree.
this is extenuating circumstances. Can I smoke inside?
I wouldn't
I have
ask. I'd
asthma,
smoke
you
inside.
can't.
I'd smoke inside. I'm sorry.
I
Go
have
stand over there.
asthma.
She has
Go stand
asthma.
over there. Go stand over there.
I
I'm
have
not-
drink fine.
I have cigarettes. Like, what are we doing?
Addiction's a bitch.
And so am I.
I can run away from you while I'm smoking. Not for very long, but I can do
Yeah,
it.
because of the smoker's lungs.
Yeah, but also your asthma.
And you have asthma, and Drake's spine's kind of heavy.
Hmm.
Mhm,
Still think I can get you. Foot race.
probably.
Why are
fair.
you like raising his foot, freak?
No.
Okay. So, you crazy kids.
Oh, of course there's a sucks to your ass Mar joke in the chat already. I'm gonna kill you. I'm not gonna do that.
All right, so you crazy kids have made your way to the back door. So,
Yes.
I was trying to figure out like just the specific order who's going out first.
Me.
And then
Jeremy, okay. Jeremy, Julia, and then Christani.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. All right. You guys make your way outside. Jeremy, as soon as you open up the doors, considering the way that the door opens up, it kind of faces the cul-de-sac street direction. As soon as you pop that open and look, you see a turned over, what appears to be black SUV, which kind of jumps out to you pretty quick, considering that was one of the vehicles that you saw sitting in the parking lot of the DEA facility before all of this happened. It looks almost exactly the same, but it seems to be turned over. There's no fire coming from it or anything like that. You don't see any movement from it out the gate from what you're seeing, but it does seem to be the exact same type of vehicle turned over in the street.
Yeah, there's definitely a car flipped out there, but I don't see the fucking weird guy.
Okay, so we
Yeah, 3.
count of 3. We're running. Passenger, driver, passenger, driver. Okay.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
we
gonna
can't
unlock
stay
my car.
here. What can flip a car? We need to
Did I
go.
did I hear driver twice in that?
Driver, side, passenger, and then driver.
No,
Driver
lap.
back.
I'm gonna sit on Chris's lap,
Yeah,
and then he'll reach the pedals.
And I'm sitting
Yeah.
on Jeremy's lap.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
Jeremy's sitting on Danny's lap.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how well vehicles works for you here. No, okay. All right, so you guys make your way outside. As you move past Ryan's kind of darker sedan that he has, you see all 4 windows, passenger side, driver's side, back, left, and right, are all broken. They are not down.
Pissed.
You can see they are broken. But looking inside the car, you can at least like right away you can tell there's nobody in there. But it looks like somebody had broken into the vehicle to the extent of going through all 4 windows.
How's Julia's car looking?
Julia's car seems to be untouched. Jeremy out front. Jeremy, what's your perception number?
25.
25. You do see some brown streaks kind of running down the side around the back corner of Julia's vehicle. It does not seem to be damaged, but you see those same kind of streaks that you originally saw in the brew house when you were originally looking for Ryan. It's that same type of like look and the almost exact same color. But like I said, there does not seem to be any damage to Julia's car, but there does seem to be those brown streaks running from about the driver's side back down around the back side of the driver's side of the car.
Yeah, let's just
go.
get to the fucking car. Let's just get to the fucking car. I'm gonna yell out for Ryan one more time as we're running towards the car.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
You're gonna yell out to Ryan? Okay. What are you? I mean, you're actively trying to scream out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Give me an expression check, please. And I will up your expression by 10 for right now, because of honor for this one.
Ooh.
I got a 9.
You rolled a 9.
Wow.
Yeah. Double
Okay.
zeros
And,
and 9.
all right. And with that additional 10, what was your expression?
So my expression total is 42 right now.
All right. So
Jeez.
multiple degrees
Yeah.
of success.
We find Ryan
You-
perfectly safe.
He was sitting in the back seat the whole time.
And he has the cure to the zombie virus.
As you yell out, you don't find Ryan, unfortunately. You don't hear a response back from Ryan. But what you do hear and see specifically is from where that black SUV was. As you're getting in the car, you turn, and as you yell out, you see two bodies move around the backside of kind of where that electrical cabinet area is up against. Sorry for any of you who are not Battle Mage people. For those of you who are, enjoy. Where that like kind of electrical area is up against the main street leading up to the cul-de-sac. You see two bodies walk out. They seem to be dressed in almost all black, pitch black. They also seem to be wearing helmets of some sort, and they appear to be each holding what looks like an assault rifle. And as you yell out, you see them make their way around the edge of this kind of wall and look in your direction. What do you do?
Get in the car.
In the car.
I mean, so at this point, I'm going to say you guys have all made it into the car. Jeremy is the one yelling out in this situation. So I'm wondering if he says anything. If not, we can move on to Julia starting the car and you guys bailing out if you want.
I'm a little bit like conspiracy minded. So I see these motherfuckers in black with helmets and guns. I'm getting in the fucking car and I'm like, okay, some weird shit's going down. There's dudes with guns. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
All right, it's my time to shine. Let's go.
All right,
I
Julia,
put on my seatbelt.
you hear that and
Yeah,
you
seatbelt
immediately
and I
go.
lock.
Yeah. And you lock the door, windows up, I'm guessing. Sunroof open though, let's be honest. But yeah, you reach out and you put your foot on the brake, go to start the car, get ready to throw it into reverse and get the fuck out of here. As you go to start the car, you hear
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
Don't. Are my lights in the car on?
There is lights in the vehicle, but you, being someone with a rather high vehicle proficiency, are aware they are insanely dim. You immediately realize there is not enough power in this car to push over the actual ignition to start this car.
You know what I have in my car, Taylor?
Actually don't, honestly, and I'm worried.
have-
But go on.
A
Cables.
pack that I can attach to my battery and start it up and jump it.
The jump pack.
Okay, that's fair. No, that's 100% fair. I have one of those in my car too. My look is explain how this goes.
They don't notice me, and I have plenty of time to jump my car.
They
Okay,
don't notice.
So you did bad there. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the game plan? You are aware that there is power coming to the vehicle. With enough power coming in, the ignition will probably turn over enough to make this thing move. And once you get it going, as long as the alternator works, you can probably keep this car moving. But you need to get it turned over. Having that battery pack may help you. How are you going to do this?
I mean, it's not enough of a hill to try and bump start. Wouldn't bump start anyways. It's too new of a car.
Listen, the easiest thing for us to do is to get out of this car and run away from where the guys or the guns are, go around the building and try to get in someone else's car.
My car is right out there.
Why is my battery dead?
I don't know. I don't know cars.
Your battery might be dead too.
Don't make assumptions.
Okay, but we don't know, and we don't have
Okay.
time to jump in. There's dudes with guns. And they definitely saw him.
I have an electric car. I'm gonna try to honk mine and see if it beeps. The range is really long. See if
You
my
hear-
battery's dead.
you're used to kind of hearing this like double beep when you kind of like press the lock button just to make sure like where it's at. You hear this beep.
My baby.
Okay,
Okay.
so all cars.
All cars.
Okay.
I can get this thing jumped and get us on our way.
Yes, but
It
there's
will
men
take
with
me
guns.
about 30 seconds. I know.
It's gonna take more than 30 seconds.
I got really good at it. I'm like a
While
pig.
you guys are having this conversation in the car, you see these two figures that have moved slightly around this wall that look like they are heading in your general direction. As that's happening, you hear a massive explosion. And you see the sides of these figures and the street behind them and the buildings behind them light up with this light coming from this huge explosion. And a couple seconds later, as the light begins to dim, you see both the figures turn and immediately just start unloading their automatic weapons that they have.
Away from us,
Trying
correct?
Towards the direction of the explosion. Just unloading and
Okay.
attacking in that direction.
Get the car
Guys-
started.
Guys, I think that is where we should end it this evening.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I see.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask one last thing?
Mhm.
Check the phone. How's the phone battery? If it was at like 70 before.
The phone battery is percentage-wise. I may make you roll for it next time. It's still there.
Okay, it's just
It
it's
is-
not like depleted like that. It wasn't
Not-
like an EMP.
not- No, it's not dead.
Okay.
But once again, here's what I'll leave you with just as a fun little thing, just to make you guys think about this until the next time we play. For all of you who have looked at your phone ever, you can see the little exclamation point next to the Wi-Fi. That's just not functioning. But you do see that the data does appear to have bars.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have a charger in my car.
You start the
Yeah.
car. Can you drive it up the hill at the other end of the parking lot instead of going out that
All
way
right,
to
say,
the-
hey, simmer down. You all can talk about this later. All right, guys. So that was our first installment of Outbreak Undead.
Ooh.
Wow.
Very cool.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool.
I hope you
That
guys
was
enjoyed your
stressful.
Yeah.
That was stressful.
Yeah, it was stressful.
I was like, this
That-
motherfucker, if he breaks my baby.
I will say that is supposed to be the game. This is real life. This is supposed
Yeah,
to stretch
trying
you
to
out.
survive a fucking apocalypse.
Yeah.
I'm so mad at my totally alive friend Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fully
don't know-
alive, friend. Famously.
fully alive.
I don't know why he brought so much grease paint to hang out in his car and just kick it.
God. Calm down.
But guys, I really hope you enjoyed yourselves. Like I said, I've been wanting to run this game for a really long time. This was an entertaining opener to try to figure this out. I hope you all see why I've been pressing to make sure Julia was on this, because it felt weird
Yes.
to not have a Battle Mage employee be a part
Yes.
of the Battle Mage opener for this.
And she
Yeah.
has lots of skills.
Yeah, and you can't
He
kill
has
me.
so many skills.
Yeah, that part I didn't plan for, and you know what? That's on me. That's on Taylor.
That is.
But yeah, this was. I personally had a ton of fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
this was
out
awesome.
the gate, obviously, there's more stuff I want to institute and bring in as we go further into this. Next time we do it, I mean, if we love it, we definitely can do it again. If everyone hated it, then we don't have to do this ever again. But if we do, like, is there anything that you guys want to talk about of like questions or like thoughts on ways we could adjust this? Because this is a very open form way I'm running this thing. So do you guys have any thoughts out the gate, or do you think it worked pretty well so far?
So far, I really like how it's going. I like the skill checks. I think as we get more into it and like, you know, we're forced to start thinking about weapons and start thinking about shelter and food, then we can start slowly incorporating more of those advanced skill checks. But I like the light way that you started, so we can kind of get a feel for how those checks work and also just tell the story.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. Like, I want you to start feeling like it's weird to say perception this many times in a thing that's not D&D.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
here we are. But like, yeah, like Jeremy, like you're saying, like I've got cards upon cards back here of items and random shit that you guys can find. Like, I've got a pack of batteries here. Like, it really all depends on what cracks off and what happens. So I'm really excited to see where that goes next time, because there's a lot of stuff we didn't get into. We didn't really get into combat at all. We didn't get into any types of like missions or like real objectives and stuff like that. So
How do we level up?
how do you level up? You don't level up in this game. Isn't that fun?
No, it's not fun.
You
Well, it's like-
advance your skills. So for those of you with the character sheet in front of you, right above balance potential, I mean, it really depends on what character sheet you're looking at, I guess. There's a little like portrait. I can't tell if it's actually on your guys' sheet, but you can advance tiers in skills. All right.
Yeah.
So you have the ability to, as you get better and use things properly and use them on a regular basis, you can get tiers in skills that will advance you. So that, say, you get to 3rd tier in brawling because you've been in so many fights, that your base number will go up by 15 points or something like that.
Mhm.
And then you have additional bonuses attached to it depending on what tier you're in, which goes into a lot of the skills in the book, which is not something I thought we'd get into tonight, and we definitely didn't. So, but yeah, that's how you advance. You advance skills. You don't advance a level.
Sweet.
Goddamn.
Danny, Chris,
Yeah.
Bob?
No, this was good. I don't know what I expected, but like, it's hard to play yourself, even though I play myself all the time.
Right.
But there's something where it's like, the last time, huh?
Not a sorcerer.
Yes. Like, the last time Chris and I played a game, or we played it ourselves, I was somehow really dumb. Remember? I was really dumb, and you were, like, really sneaky evil.
We played Scion.
We played
which is
Scion.
A crazy,
An incredible game.
It's really fun, but it's also like not this, where it's not realistic at all.
It's not realistic at all.
Child of a god.
Yeah, I've heard of Scion. I hear it's a lot of fun, but you do play as yourself, right? That's
You
play as
can.
yourself.
We chose to.
Yeah. Somehow I ended up as like an evil like mastermind with a shadow network.
Yeah, and I was full himbo. I was dumb as rocks. Just the dumbest person you've ever met. I don't know how it happened.
That makes sense.
But like, playing me now, I'm like, I don't know how I would react. I can think about how I would react, so I guess that's what I'm gonna do. And my reaction would be, see my friend in crisis, I'm just gonna grab his hand and I'm gonna lead him inside. Jeremy jokingly said, "Hey, there's zombies out there." I was like, "That's silly, that's stupid." But not being dumb, like, I'm seeing these clues that are here. I'm like, "Oh, I guess it might be zombies. Let me wrap your arm up in these pillows that are easy to form." Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that was. Sorry, Chris. I think that's one of those things that, like, Danny, like when I was talking originally about calling you guys on being realistic and truthful to the game at hand.
yeah,
I also mentioned before we started playing to everyone. I think I mentioned this to you guys. Either I did it to Kendra. I can't remember who I talked to this about. In your universe, zombie movies exist.
yes,
Shaun of the Dead is a thing.
yes.
Like, so, like
we've
seeing all
seen
this.
these movies. Yeah.
So there's a separation between like the zombie apocalypse and also like those are fucking movies. So it's like that
Yes.
weird like playground in between. So it's that hard thing like out the gate, at least in this first episode, for me to call you on anything, because like zombie movies do exist. Jeremy saying zombie We're like it's perfectly within reason, you know.
Yeah.
So, fucking
You saw
zombies.
a fucking zombie.
Fucking zombies.
Yeah.
But
Chris,
yeah,
what?
no, I had a lot of fun.
Well, I'm glad. I'm
Mhm.
glad.
Christoph?
Yeah, no lowlights. It was really fun. Oh god, yeah, I had 75 things to say and I forget them all. Yeah, that divide between like it was, we play RPGs all the time. So much. And you always want to like do the smart, clever thing, and in this moment there was so many times where it's like, no, I'm gonna do the stupid thing and fucking grab a beer, fill a mug full of beer, and it's like, okay, maybe that might help because I can splash a beer in somebody's face and hit them with the mug, but like, no, in that moment it's like, you all have weapons, I'm grabbing a beer.
Yeah.
Because how do we deal with this?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a thing I love of like this idea of like, how do you deal with this insane situation? Well, I'm gonna have a fucking drink while we're talking about this because this is insane.
The rules.
Julia would
out.
go for weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me hold your bag.
Well, I will say, so this is one of the reasons why, for all of you, like why I love the idea of starting at Battle Mage. Because one, I love the place. It's important to all of us. Like Battle Mage is a wonderful place. Shout out to Ryan and Chris. Love you guys to death. Thank you for everything. But at the same time, like it's got weapons all over the walls.
Yeah.
Like, I love that aspect. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of them are decoration.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they will not survive very long, but they might help you out at the gate. So it's one of those things why I love the idea of starting at Battle Mage. And plus, we all know it so well. And I think it's one of the important things for the people listening to know is like this game is built to be designed on the world at large. So at this moment, no, everyone's still at Battle Mages where we're hanging out and seeing what's going to happen. But I can pull up Google Maps and be like, okay, where are we going? What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Where are we stopping?
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of our friends that are listening, you're all people from North County mostly, so you get a kick out of it. But the idea is, I can literally follow Google Maps down the road to whatever place, and stop there and be like, all right, you go into this pizza place, and it's a relatively small building. There's a small opening area. There's an open kitchen. Like, it's supposed to be insanely realistic. Which is why I kept trying to push when you open the door, you see it opens this way, and you see out in this direction. Because I'm just trying to push that. That's the idea. It is supposed to be overly realistic.
It feels
I'm
like
excited.
it when you have at best a 1/3 chance to succeed at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a tough game.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm excited to show off the fact that I have a road almanac circa 1999 in my glove box.
God. Julia, you're so weird.
I know!
And it might just help us survive.
Honestly.
So old. Can't just have a fucking Thomas Brothers from 09? Like, what?
No, it's when we moved to California and MapQuest wasn't really like a...
I will say that we're dancing around and doing a bunch of dumb shit, but this for this opener. But next time, if we decide to do this again, I will be focusing more on all this stuff that you guys went through. I tried to throw them in from time to time to give you guys a feel for it, but I also wanted to make you work for some stuff. But this is that situation where this is why I went through this. It may also come up, and the four of you, or our listeners, may find out why I asked everyone, "What do you normally keep in your car?" Yeah. So that may come up next time around. So
I have it written right here, baby. I took inventory of both my bag and my car.
I love that. I love. Anyway, guys, this was awesome. Thank you very much for letting me do this.
Thank you, Taylor, for running it.
Yes, thank you.
I've wanted to do this for so long, so thank you for being a part of it. Everyone else, thank you for joining Lorecasters. Thank you for being part of Play Shift for a couple of hours and seeing us be idiots for a little bit. I hope you enjoyed it. With all that being said, yeah, if you love us, please check out our podcast, check out our Patreon, come back
It's
for
out tomorrow, yeah?
New episode tomorrow.
Yep. Unless the apocalypse breaks out, the episode should come up tomorrow. So it could be good there.
It's not gonna look for
but-
that.
Anyway, we love you all. Thank you from Lorecasters. And I hope everyone has a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good
And this
night.
was a bonus week, so we'll be back next week. See you next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.